last time on Dragon Ball Z, who remembers what happened? It's been like a month since we played.
We killed the prison lady that couldn't lie.
That was 2 sessions ago.
2 sessions ago.
2. Last time we hunted down that serial killer. We asked a bunch of questions.
Didn't we also break that guy out of his dad's house?
Yes. So you guys now have kind of established a force. You recovered these Hell Knights of the Torrent, which are, remember, the Hell Knights that are kind of beloved in this area. They are not Disney evil. They're, good guys that go out and recover fallen sailors and look for people lost at sea. Those people had been outlawed by Barzillai Thrun. So the leader of the Hell Knights, his cousin, owns a tavern, and she reached out to you guys. You met at her tavern, and she was like, hey, go get my cousin. You did that. He was like, hey, all of my men are being held, basically. My higher-ups, my officers are being held in prison. You guys got some forged documents. You got them out of prison. You encountered one daemon, which is you encountered a chiton, which is an outsider that's focused on pain, basically like Lady Pinhead. And you killed her. That was a harrowing combat. You then reconvened and were kind of having some downtime when there's a knock at the door, and you met a lady who was... Let's see if we got her picture here. Elia Nonid.
Hand, right?
Yeah, you met this lady. She is the first mate of the ship called Belial's Promise. And the captain, a very stern gentleman named Cassius.
One of us.
Requested you go rescue his friend, which was revealed to be his lover. This guy who is known as the Poison Pen of Kintargo, who is the son...
Revealed, you say? I'd like to say detected.
Yes.
On mine and Tommy's pinpoint gaydar.
Oh, no. You learned that he was the Poison Pen of Kintargo. He was this guy who's like a beat poet revolutionary author who's been spreading a bunch of negative press about Barzillai Thrun. Remember, you went to the...
he was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys not... I remember
that.
Yeah, you remember that, because remember there was the list...
I don't remember it being confirmed.
So it was no, because it was the 9th or the 10th edict was that all of these poets were outlawed.
Yeah.
And 3 of them were dead, and 1 of them was current. So you went to the newsroom, and you talked to Sergio Ireton, and you talked to the gnome, and the gnome was like, my printing press is broken, can you help me?
Yeah,
Seishi picked up a side quest. You guys read some limericks.
Then didn't we use one of our favors that we get from the captain to get one of those gears?
No. You guys...
we got that from the Clockwork Place.
Yeah. So...
yeah.
I believe it was... I don't remember. It's been so long. You're supposed to know that this guy is the Poison Pen. So I believe you found that out. If not, it was my fault, because just we were moving past it. But yeah, he's the Poison Pen of Kintargo. He's the one
cool.
writing all those limericks. Yeah.
Yeah, I love this guy.
I think out of game we assumed it was.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it after that session.
Yeah, I mean, while you were in there, Seish, you saw all of these, writing quills and things like that. And all the stationery.
Okay.
But yeah. Then the next kind of main side quest picked up when Hemiton Hayes, the tiefling who owns the Devil's Threads, came and knocked on your door and said, hey, there's been murders happening in Old Kintargo. Can you investigate? You guys investigated the body. You talked to it with Speak with Dead. It smelled weird. The smell comes from some sort of metallurgy process. You went to the metallurgy presses. You talked to the Danny DeVito guy who runs it. And there was the Italian gnomes that were there.
Yep.
And
I'm
Seishi
remembering now.
commissioned the gear from the Italian gnomes.
Yeah.
Okay. Tommy also almost beat up an old man in a rocking chair outside.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, because he wanted
Uh-huh.
to know everything.
Yeah, because he's a fucking monster.
Oh yeah, you just want to roll intimidate on him.
Yes. And you learned from the Danny DeVito guy, who is in charge of the place, that the description matches, like, oh, is a guy with a leg brace that comes around here. You're probably talking about Varl Wex, who lives in some tenements, like a few blocks over. Like some, big tenement housing. And that is where we left off, was that you guys were going to go investigate those tenements. And the place you're at before was called Vespum Artisans, and you talked to Vespio Vespum, and he was a very on-the-surface supporter of Barzillai, and then when you kind of revealed your affiliation with the Ardent Crows, he was like, oh, I love the Crows. I'll help you guys out, no problem. So he's a member of the flock.
One of us.
One of us. But yeah. So that's
But
where we
is
left
he-
off, was that you guys were gonna head to this tenement to try and find Varl Wex, who seems to match the descriptions you've pieced together of this guy who has a leg brace that was seen in the area where, these murders were occurring, and he would smell like the smell that the Speak with Dead Body said, because he works in the artisan place with all the metallurgy processes. So yeah, that's kind of where you were. Also, sidebar stuff that's happened is that Seishi has picked up a on-again, off-again lover, who's a barfly and one of the regulars, if you recall that.
The hairdresser, right?
Yep, the hairdresser. Or no, she's a baker.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good at making disguises.
She's really good at making disguises. This lady.
That's why I confused you.
So yeah, that's basically all the stuff that happened in the last couple of sessions.
Is that why she bangs Sage? Because she can disguise him so well that it's doable?
Seishi can, tell you about that sort of stuff off screen if he's one to kiss and
I
tell.
mean, he's a rat.
But no, Seishi, I don't know how much your character has been intimate with non-rat folk. That's entirely up to you. But she, if anything, embraces your oddities. And embraces the fact that you are a rat folk.
Kintar, go! Kintar, go!
But yeah. Doop-a-doop-a-doop.
Is it bestiality if you're different
Nope.
species of humanoid?
If you're sentient, we don't talk about it.
Okay.
Fade to black.
Druids can talk to animals, so aren't
No,
animals
not
sentient?
sentient.
Fade to black. The tagline here you're looking for is fade to black. So yeah. You guys, we're going to head to these tenements. I don't know if you still want to do that, if you want to do something else. But yeah.
Yeah, we gotta help out the buddy Hemerson.
Yeah. So Old Kintargo is, just kind of in general dilapidated. It's, quote, the bad side of the tracks. The Red Roof District that you guys explored in Book 1 is located in Old Kintargo. It's the tiefling area of Old Kintargo, but this whole place is like poverty-stricken, low income, old buildings that were all constructed at once underneath, probably a mayor or governor who had lofty ideals for getting people off the streets and into clean beds, and then the funding for it dried up, and nobody really cares anymore, and all of the riffraff just kind of exists over here, literally as far away as possible from the rich district, which is on the opposite side of Kintargo across the bay. So all of their problems are literally as far away as possible. But yes, the Iudeimus Tenement is somewhat dilapidated, but was built well enough to have stood the test of time. It is a taller structure compared to the others here in Old Kintargo. It has 3 stories, and the upper 2 of the 3 stories are constructed of old gray wood. A sign reading manager is posted on a door next to stairs leading to the upper floors. Are you coming in at daytime, at nighttime? I think it was like probably around noon when you were, or like maybe in the afternoon now because you've been walking around for a bit. Are you guys Are you guys just going in, or?
I mean, we might as well see if he's home.
Yeah. You see an elderly woman in drab clothing sitting in a chair on the tenement porch, wearing what appears to be a semi-permanent mixture of exhaustion and disgust on her face. Just kind of like a scowl and a disdain for everything. She's just there like on her chair rocking. What would you like to do?
Well, since I procured those box of like little trinkets from the shop, the artisan shop we were just at, I'll like have those.
All of the broken toys that were like recalled because they set houses on fire or like injured children.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I'll approach her and be like, "Hello."
What are you lawyerers doing here? Shove off! Find work! She'll spit on the ground in front of you. Got time for you layabouts?
I am at work. And I'll give her a toy. This is my work.
I don't want your handouts! She'll like knock it off of the rocking chair onto the ground.
Afternoon, ma'am. I see you've met Buddy.
Her eyes will narrow as she looks at you. Are you a half-elf?
I'm Aasimar.
What are you, one of them knife ears? She squints.
No, man. What is she?
Oh, she's a human. She's racist. She's a human or a dwarf. Those are the two. Those are the two things when I run D&D. They're automatically racist. Are humans and dwarves.
Dwarves are all racist.
Dwarves are racist against Duragar. Duragar aren't people. It's not a sin to kill them. It's like stepping on cockroaches. They're not people. And then humans are just assholes most of the time. Yeah, I mean, you try to talk to her. You can certainly make a diplomacy check. And then what would you like to say to this delightful creature?
Ma'am, it's a fantastic afternoon. We'd love to step inside. Do you know if Varro Vex is home?
She'll like narrow her eyes a bit and be like, I don't like people coming here talking about my tenants, but you seem like a good sort. And as she looks at you, she'll be like, and you don't have knife ears. She'll play with like her little bit of wispy chin stubble that she has.
I can sometimes make a halo appear, though.
I'm Nerla Botch, and I'm the manager of this establishment. I don't want to talk about my tenants. What do you want with Varl?
We were recently at the Clockwork, and after speaking with his boss for a little bit, he directed us here.
He's a good lad. He pays his rent every month and on time. Oh, but that smell. He should wash his clothes when he gets back from work.
Yes, it's that clockwork grease, you know? It's so strange.
She'll kind of be like eyeing you a little bit. She'll look over the rest of you. Be like, who are the rest of these? You got like a Ratfolk and you're a strapping lad. What are you, from the farms?
Yes.
Flex for her, Tommy. Come on now. Don't be shy.
Yeah.
No, I'm okay.
She'll kind of like, her eyes will brighten a bit and she'll be like, some boxes I need gone through. If you help me, she'll gesture at Tommy. I don't see why the rest of you couldn't go talk to Varl about whatever business you have.
Okay, I'll help her with the boxes.
Thanks. She'll tell you that his room is 303 on the 3rd floor. And as the three of you head off, and you're like, oh, where are the boxes? She'll be like, they're inside. I'll show you. Oh, these old bones, could you help an old lady out of her rocking chair? She'll like lift a hand. Yeah, you help her up like a Boy Scout, helping an old lady across the road. And she'll kind of like glom onto you, and like her other hand will like slip around your midsection. As you're like escorting her inside. And she'll be like, "Oh, you must have been carrying lots of bales of hay." And she'll kind of squeeze you.
I'm a gay man, so I don't react to this.
She'll be like, "Skin and bones, we need to get some meat in you. Come on. I think I have some."
Yes, we do.
I have some meatloaf. I have some meatloaf on the stove. She'll grandmother you as you head inside. She'll just begin like giving you confectionaries.
Okay, yeah, I'm down.
Yep. Her house just like smells like mothballs. She has taxidermied animals everywhere. And they have little placards. And she'll tell you that these are like all of the pets she's had over the last couple of decades.
No.
And she says that she takes in strays. And after speaking with her for like a couple of minutes, you learn that she doesn't find living animals. She finds dead animals that have been like discarded, and then takes them to the taxidermists, and then brings them back here. And she's like, "Oh, it's all the cuteness of having a cat without the fuss of cleaning up afterwards."
And cats can be pretty messy.
Mm-hmm. She'll, as you like, she's got some boxes to me or whatever. She just has like boxes of like squirrels and stuff that are poorly taxidermied. She has a bunch of old phone books, which don't exist here. What would it be? She has like old edicts that are like completely out of date, or like flyers for gatherings. And they're all like meticulously bound in twine. They're actually pretty heavy, and you don't quite know how they got here. But yeah, so you help this cat hoarder. And the three of you can head up to room 303. I believe there is a map, but I don't know if we necessarily need it. I guess just to see what it looks like. Yeah, so basically, the stairs are in the center of this complex. As you like head upstairs, you see, I'll throw the mask down. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. So you come up the stairs, and you see 3 doors and like a little alcove here with a window. And it appears as if this room here is 303. The one that I've like indicated there.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you can head over to the door or whatever you'd like to do. We don't like need the map yet.
I'll put my box of trinkets down on like one of those benches that are nearby.
Yeah, over by like the 302 apartment, the one south of it.
Yeah.
Sure. I think anytime you do something with your box, I'm just gonna roll percentiles to see if it explodes. On a 1, bad things happen. A 99! It seems very stable right now.
Good.
As you set it down, actually, on a 99, you notice a curious little gizmo. It seems to be, it looks almost like an inchworm made out of bronze, but you see that one end of it is a mirror, and the other end of it is like a periscope.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's like a little 5-foot worm. Yeah, you pick it up.
Yeah. Can I like look through it? Like it's...
Yeah, if you look through the ass end of it, kind of like a twisted spyglass, looking out the other end of it, you see like as if your vision was like 2 feet higher. But it's like inverted and it's kind of grainy.
Gotcha.
But you think you could use this to like look around stuff very poorly.
Gotcha. Ooh.
Buddy. Hit the door.
Hit you. Oh, okay. And I'll like put this special trinket into my pocket for later.
Okay.
No, not hit the door. No, use that on the door.
I'll like pull it out and kind of like tap.
Buddy.
Yeah.
You said hit the door.
Buddy. Okay,
I'll scratch my head.
Buddy.
Whatever. I'll just kick the door open. But he got
Sure.
frustrated.
This is going great. Good job, buddy.
Sure.
This is a breaking and entering.
You pop this door open. This is a pretty Spartan establishment. The door was locked, so go ahead and make a strength check to try and break it open.
Sure. Boop. Oh, that sucks.
You shoulder into it. This door seems pretty robust. Of like, as the entire building has kind of become dilapidated around it, the door itself has remained stalwart.
Excellent. Well, they're getting away. Buddy's done what Buddy can do. At least for another 6 seconds.
Yeah. So Buddy like shoulders into it and is unsuccessful in opening it. What do the other two of you want to do? While Cobra's downstairs, eating like a plate of, like, I don't know, Thanksgiving leftovers.
Ugh. Listening.
Not much I can really do here.
How much noise is he making bashing into this thing?
I mean, he shouldered into it, so however much noise you would make shouldering into a door, it like echoes in this area. I mean,
He'll be fine.
you're kind of in a dilapidated tenement. Whoever is inside certainly would have heard it.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll hang out.
Sure.
Buddy,
Are you gonna
this
do it
time
again?
better.
What are you gonna do it again?
Oh, yeah?
Sure. You can take some time, basically taking a 20, spending a couple of minutes doing this, like shouldering into the door over and over again. When you get around a score of 20, the door will open. So like about a minute and a half in of you like shouldering into this thing over and over again, or like kicking it, however you're trying to break it open, the door will finally buckle, and the housing where like the locking mechanism goes in will just rip out of the door frame and it'll swing open. You'll see a table with 4 chairs, a couple of bookshelves, a low counter that has like a small cook stove area. It's got a spot where you could like, it has like a little a metal divot where you could like make a fire and then have like, you know, some water to boil, things like that. And a single desk by the window. It seems pretty low key. Probably these 1 or 2 of these doors are open and you can see into like these other rooms. One is the bathroom and one seems to be the bedroom. But yeah, what would you guys like to do?
I guess I'd like start looking around. Maybe go to the bedroom and check it.
Sure. Give me a perception check. Yeah, I mean, the door can close, but not all the way, right? Because it's broken.
It's close enough for me.
Yeah, like, it glows in there, but it evens, it will creak back open because the house is unsettled. Evens, yeah, it, like, slowly creaks open. It's like 2 or 3 inches open at all times.
That's close enough.
Yeah. A 21 perception. You're checking around the bedroom. It definitely looks lived in. It's not like the guy's a neat freak. He's not, you know, making his sheets or whatever before he goes to work. His clothes aren't like neatly folded or anything like that. They're all kind of thrown in a pile. Don't really see anything else. You definitely find with a 21 his clothes that have this greasy smell to it, and you see like some various clockwork components on some of the work tables. Not very high quality, more like rough stuff, just like piles of metal, like some lubricant, like files, things like that. What are the other 2 of you doing?
I'll check out the bathroom.
Sure.
I'll just check out the main room.
Yeah. Yeah. The bedroom, or sorry, the washroom, it looks pretty clean. It's as if he, you know, gets all the grease off of him here or doesn't. And if he is getting it off of him here, he then like cleans the tub and stuff like that very thoroughly. You don't like see any stains or anything like that. He's not like dusting behind everything, but aside from that, it's like pretty standard fare. Seishi, as you're checking out as Sezzix is checking out the main room, you see a bouquet of fragrant flowers artfully arranged. It seems to help combat the smell of slurp grease. The bookshelves against the wall are full of books. If you want to check those out. But yeah, you guys with those rolls, you don't spy anything that leap out at you and say serial killer. You know, it's just like an apartment.
I'll show the books to Caerrat and say, me no read well.
Thank you, of course.
Yeah, Caerrat, there's a bunch of books. It's,
Oh, wait, never mind. I do read well. I'll also look through them.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, they are books. There's not one that's like how to kill people and get away with it.
There isn't serial killing people with clockwork automatons?
No, you guys can both make intelligence checks, though, as you look at these books, as you look over the titles.
Oh.
There's a nice assortment of books.
Yeah.
You don't see anything particularly valuable or anything nefarious.
Can I, page through a couple of the books randomly, see if, a gun falls out? Or a knife?
Sure. Roll percentiles. On 100, something interesting will happen. Just a book. This one has, some images of, clockwork parts on some of the pages. Downstairs, Tommy is sitting at a table that he's much larger than, sitting in a chair that she was like, that used to be my husband's. He passed 7 winters ago. He was skin and bones too. Near the end, he just wouldn't eat anymore. I don't know why. She'll present you with some stew. It's very off-putting, and there's a lot of it. Eat!
Take one, tea.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat it. I'm full from the meatloaf.
Oh, don't worry. I'll put it in something so you can take it home. She'll begin fishing around for some thin metal container to put it in for you. She'll be asking you about the world outside the apartments. She'll be like, that Barzillai, I don't like him. He's rather loud. All his proclamations are like a petulant school child. She seems to have opinions about everything. Is there anything you'd like to know her opinion on?
I don't trust her. Can I do a sense motive to see if she's lying? Okay. Because I don't want to just start talking about this with a stranger, you know?
Yeah, do a sense motive.
She's actually the serial killer.
Yo!
That's my thought. This 80-year-old woman.
Just because she's the only other person you saw? Tommy, she seems very genuine in 2 respects. The first is that she genuinely hates most people. And the second one is that she's old enough that she doesn't care about speaking her mind. So you think that while it's capable for her to be lying, you don't think that she's doing so right now. She doesn't really have anything to be afraid of anymore.
But she seems to openly talk about stuff, so I'm gonna choose to say, it is what it is. That's all we can do about it. I'm not gonna give any information away.
Sure. Inevitably, as talking about current topics will come up, she will talk about the crows, and she'll be like, I don't know about them crows. A lot of squawking, a lot of blowing of hot air. I haven't seen a lot of action yet. Haven't really been doing much.
I'll say I don't know what you're talking about.
She'll tell you what she knows of the crow's exploits. That basically there's this fringe group of rebels that are walking in the footsteps of giants. And she'll talk about the Silver Ravens and how 100 years ago the Silver Ravens did a lot of good. Her mother told her about the Silver Ravens. She was brought up on bedtime stories of the Silver Ravens' heroics. When she was younger, she would see pictures and stuff of the Silver Ravens before they were all removed. As she grew older and, publications with their names were stricken from the record. And she, fantasized about dating one of the dashing members of the Silver Ravens, yada, yada, yada. and she thinks that these Ardent Crows are just like children playing as adults, you know, trying to fill these impossibly large shoes. And she is kind of dismayed that they haven't done more with their name.
I'm gonna still pretend like I don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah, I mean, she's not like prying you for information. She's just an old lady talking to the first person she's probably talked to in a long time. But yeah, you guys have been checking out this apartment for a while now. Is there anything else you would like to do? Anything specific you would like to do?
I mean, we know it's his apartment.
That
we'll
is
leave
true.
A note.
Sorry about the door.
Just like saying, we were here. See you soon.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
we're not just
sorry about
threatening
the
the
door.
man. Come on now.
It's not threatening. Maybe my handwriting is
Are you guys
threatening,
gonna
but-
kind of like put the room back to how it was? Or are you just gonna like leave it disheveled?
Try to put the door back where it was.
Sezzix, can you clean this up?
Yeah, am I able to like fix the door?
Yeah, so you guys are like fucking around with the door trying to repair it. Yeah, there's like a piece of wood that's come off the inner door frame that needs to be like reaffixed. He has like a bunch of tools and stuff on the workbench there, so you can like kind of tack it back into position. Tommy and Caerrat are like arguing about a note. All of you make a perception check.
That natural one.
Sounds good. You guys
Old lady.
spend like probably a minute or two fixing this door up. And yeah. Anything else you guys would like to do upstairs?
You know, I just like to say I'm proud of us.
Sure.
Not a drop of blood spilt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we do have to wait for this guy to come home.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to hang out up there? Are you going to go downstairs?
I'll go wait at this like table at the window maybe.
Sure.
Have my box of toys, and I'll just kind of look at all of them now individually, see which ones are
Yeah,
cool.
we can go through them for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like
Sezzix,
when
are you
you're in
going to do
middle
the
school and you
same?
have Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah.
There's only
I'll just,
two
like,
chairs there.
follow along.
Does anyone have a
I'll
box
stand.
of cards?
Sezzix can sit on the crate.
Sure. So it's been like, I don't know, 20 minutes. How long are you going to be downstairs, Tommy? This woman seems like she would be happy to keep you for any length of time.
I'm gonna keep hanging out until I'm cold. While I am very uncomfortable, I do feel empathy for this old lady.
Sure. Yeah, let me roll a d20. She will, as she's like talking to you about something. So you've got like your arms out, and she's like putting these like reams of paper on top of them, and you're holding like 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds. It just like gets more and more and more. And she'll kind of stop, and she'll like lean on the piece, on the like the stack of stuff, like adding some more weight to it as you're like now starting to like stress a little bit underneath carrying all this stuff. And she'll sniff for a second and be like, well, Varro's home. Can't you smell that?
Do I have to make a perception check to see if I can?
Yeah, you can make a perception check.
Okay.
This odor wafts in through like her side window, and it smells like the greaseworks you were at before.
Okay. Would I be able to get upstairs before he gets in the building?
Her apartment is like right next to the stairs going up. So the window that you were on was like on the outside of the building. And then her door is like on the inside facing the stairs.
Okay. I'm gonna just drop everything on the ground and run upstairs to let everyone know.
Yeah. So you drop the stuff on the ground and you open the door. You can, like, see the stairs going up. You don't see a person. So you can certainly run up there. It looks like he hasn't rounded the corner yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up the stairs.
Yeah, you guys have sat down. You started playing with the box of trinkets. Roll percentiles. Let's see if it explodes. Nope, doesn't explode. Nothing really of interest. Your companion, like, kind of out of breath or whatever, makes it to the 3rd floor. You see Tommy.
Guys, he's here.
Awesome. Come, hang out. Or maybe go stand at the other end.
I'm like winded, I got my hands on my knees. I'm like, anyone got a glass of water?
You know that old lady does.
I'm okay.
Yeah, you wait a couple of minutes, which you think would be the amount of time for someone who is not in a hurry to, like, make it around the corner downstairs, up the 3 flights of stairs. No one shows up. You wait, like, another minute. Maybe he got sidetracked talking to the lady. Maybe he had to pick up his mail. Maybe he's carrying something heavy. He still doesn't show up. What would you guys like to do?
How long did you say he's been? Like a couple minutes?
It's now, like, longer than it should have been to come up the stairs.
Do we smell anything?
Make a perception check. Buddy, you can, like, faintly smell kind of the greasy smell from that room, but you don't smell anything beyond that. No one else smells anything unique, though.
I don't smell anything.
Tommy, you could smell it clearly, right?
Downstairs, yes, in that old lady's apartment.
Okay, we should probably go bother him down there then.
Sure. Are you guys all going to go downstairs?
Yeah.
All right. You head downstairs. Her door is closed. She's not outside presently. Are you going to go into her apartment, or are you going to go around? What are you going to do?
Smell, no smell?
Downstairs in the stairwell, no smell.
Her room?
Yeah, Tommy should know where to go, right?
Yeah, you're going to knock on the door?
Just in her room?
It was on the outside.
I mean, it's like her apartment building downstairs.
Yeah, Tommy, make sure, before we leave, say goodbye to the old lady.
Okay.
I'm sure you two bonded, had some great conversations.
Yeah.
Man, fuck you. All right.
Oh!
I'll knock on the old lady's door.
Yeah, you'll hear, like, some murmuring, and then the door will open. You, huh? Fuck off! Knocking all my things to the ground. She'll close the door in your face.
Can I make a diplomacy check to see if I can apologize?
Sure.
Alrighty. Skill? I got this. Do I even have diplomacy?
Your scythe is the only diplomacy you know.
It's untrue.
Oh, it's not bad.
It's because I rolled an 18.
Are you genuinely apologetic for dropping her stuff?
Yes, I was just trying to help my friends. I'll come in and clean it up.
Yeah, you come in and clean it up. Her window is still open. You can still smell the odor. Now that the door's open and there's this cross breeze going from the outside window to, like, the entrance where you guys are all standing, after a couple of rounds, you smell it too.
Tommy, you just chopped this old lady's things?
I came to warn you guys.
She brought you in for food. You can at least set that down nicely.
I was in a hurry.
He was in a hurry. But yeah, you can pick up the stuff. What would the rest of you like to do?
I mean, we can hold this door for a second. He's not leaving yet. We know he's still here. Pick up the stuff and we bounce.
Sure, yeah, I mean, you spend, like, maybe 30 seconds or a minute kind of straightening up the disorder you caused when you left. And you can leave on positive terms with the caretaker.
I'll leave a gold for her. Gold coin.
She'll be like, I don't need your handouts.
Okay. It was for anything I accidentally broke. And the food.
She'd be like, oh no, the food's a gift. She has bundled into like 2 canvas bags, probably 20 pounds of food for you.
Okay, I'll take it.
Like, some of it was tasty. The stew, like, was just kind of rather bland and gross. But it's it's very hearty.
Oh, I didn't eat the stew.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
I said nothing.
Yeah.
But I'll take all this and I'll
You
give
still
it to
have about 4 pounds of soup.
I'll take it to the homeless.
Oh, yeah. She'd be like, you're skin and bones. You come back anytime you need.
Yeah, we'll drop this off for some tieflings or homeless people.
Sure,
What was
yeah.
Granny's name?
Her name, I'm sorry, quote, this delightful creature is how they describe her.
I never asked for a name.
Her name was Nura Botv. Nurla. I'll just type it in. It's a very weird name. Her name was Nurla.
Granny Nurla.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Once you guys are back outside, are you gonna like leave the tenement? Or are you gonna go upstairs? What are you gonna do?
I'd go around maybe to the her window, but from the outside.
Yeah. Why don't all of you give me a perception check? Who is the closest? Who's the closest to the window and who's the furthest?
I'm the closest because I was inside, right?
You guys are leaving now. You're going outside.
Okay. Outside and around.
Yep, exactly. So
We're all probably just kind of grouped up, right?
So I think Buddy is the one that wanted to go there first. Who's like who's like the last person in your marching order or whatever.
That would probably be me because I was cleaning up.
Cool. Yeah. So a couple of things unfold here. You wrap around the outside. You know how like when you're working on the Wordle and like you don't know what it is and you're trying all these different words and then like you realize what it is and there's like this wash of realization and like you're successful because you're like, I figured it out. That happens to like everyone as they round the corner. As they're like, oh, you don't even need to make a perception check. You can smell this odor. And it looks like there's a fire escape outside. And it looks as if Varl went up to the 3rd floor through the open window in his apartment from the outside of his building.
Oh.
Which means he was in his room. Which means now he's behind you. Which means Tommy's getting sneak attacked. As Tommy is in the back. As he came down afterwards and now sneak attacks you. And like all this kind of happens in the same moment as you're like, oh, he's upstairs. And Tommy's like, what? And turns around to see an individual holding a blade and attempting to stick that blade into his chest. You see this very hinged individual. Certainly not unhinged. And he has a couple of spell effects swirling around him.
Oh boy.
As he got to completely surprise you guys.
Well, boys, it was nice knowing you.
So what we'll do here is we will just imagine that this is the downstairs. And you're on the 1st floor or whatever. Just so we can use the same kind of general map. Boop. So, Sezzix. Just gotta shrinky-dink this down a little bit. So Sezzix, delete some of these guards out of here. Tommy, you're like back here.
Did you push another map?
We're at like the bottom left of this map.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
Yeah, we're just gonna invert it because there's more room up here. So Buddy has just gone around the corner. Caerrat's there, and probably Sezzix, and then Tommy's like bringing up the rear. Right? And this guy is right next to Tommy, as he got like above a 30 on his stealth check.
Oh, that's too bad. Even our 29 perception didn't see him.
No. Yep. So he will surprise you. So against your flat-footed AC, he will make an attack. Just the first one of these. The plus 12 is a crit that does confirm. Yikes. So he takes this curved red blade that is literally glowing with energy and slashes across you. His sword is special. You begin bleeding, and you take 2 points of... Sorry. You have bleed 6 on you. At the start of your turn, you will lose 6 hit points until you receive medical attention. Furthermore, this fucker crit you. So you will take... some damage. You take that much damage, and you take sneak attack.
Oh, was I supposed to be at full health? Because I had 11.
Oh yeah, go ahead and put yourself to full health. So you have no wounds on you, and you take 17 plus the sneak attacks, you've taken 28 damage.
Okay.
So yeah, he hits you for 28. That was his turn.
Okay.
Top of the round, Tommy, you bleed 6. So this guy just kind of comes up with a smile on his face. It just slashes into you as you turn around. As the blade bites into you, you feel like a sinister presence almost parting your flesh. And you feel as though the sword itself wants to taste you.
I'm going to overhand chop his ass.
Yeah, I imagine you probably cry out in injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. You swing at him, and it goes wide. Anything else you'd like to do?
5 foot step back.
Sure. Sure. Sear it.
I will... I'll step up. Could we go somewhere, like, more inside the map? So we could actually, like, spread out a bit? I can't go north any more than this.
I mean, you can just be some distance off the map if you want to.
Okay, sure. I'll just be in
Yeah, I'll find a different map, though.
Like, even if we just, like, use this corner instead?
Like the stairwell corner here?
I got what you're saying.
Corner of the building? Yeah. Okay.
Sure. So Tommy is 5 feet away. Sezzix is here. Yeah. Okay. Go for it.
Yeah, I will just step to here and cure serious wounds.
It's a good call. Your friend seems to be losing quite a bit of blood.
Yeah, he doesn't look so good.
Cool.
That's all I got, boys.
Sounds groovy. Moving on down, Sezzix.
Pew pew.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, yeah. Does Tommy block line of sight at all or anything?
You have precise shot, don't you?
Probably.
Yeah, you ignore all that stuff.
Oh, perfect. I should probably reread my feats. It's been a while.
Yeah, you can shoot through your friend.
It's normally a -4.
That's
Well,
melee.
That's for shooting into melee. Improved precise shot allows you to ignore cover. This is like soft cover. That's fine. It's like 2.
Okay.
If you get within 2, then it'll be that.
And it's for
It's against touch. Those will both hit.
Yeah.
Even if he had cover. You blast him a couple of times. As the first bullet hits him, you notice that he seemed to have some amount of temporary hit points as kind of this glowing aura that was surrounding him fades as the first shot hits him. And then the second one deals full damage.
Glowing anymore.
He certainly isn't. He didn't like that. He will take a step and, like, with one hand, kind of jazz hands to the side and attempt to bluff you. Go ahead and make a sense motive check, Tommy.
All right.
Do you have any bonus to it?
Nope.
Yeah, you're distracted, and you are flat-footed to this attack as he comes in with the sword again. He's only making one attack here, so it's just the first one, just the plus 12. The
20.
The plus 12, yeah. So he takes a step forward, he tries to jazz hands, distracts you, and he misses. That's his turn, buddy. And as he's doing all this, he just has, like, a crazed look in his eyes. He's got a couple of, like, little puncture wounds now on his, like, shoulder or his arm. And he's bleeding, you know, because he's been shot a couple of times. He doesn't seem to care.
Very nice. I'm going to step up to here.
Sure.
And we will do an attack.
Yeah, do it up.
Free action, I can rage, so I'll rage.
Okay.
It'd be great to ask him questions, guys.
Okay. I'll just bite then.
Ask him questions about what, though?
Why
no.
he's murdering people.
That does not hit. Okay, that's my turn.
You're the diplomacy man. I'm the one who got stabbed. He's
Tommy.
man to me.
You're up.
Yeah. I will take just a regular overhand chop, not a power attack.
Okay. Yeah. As you swing at him, you see that he, like, doesn't notice it coming, and his arm kind of moves instinctively with the blade to try and block it, and it scrapes against it. You still manage to hit him and do your full damage, but it looks as if he almost, like, preternaturally attempted to stop that attack. Yeah, he takes the damage as your blade, like, cleaves into his shoulder a bit. And, yeah. He, again, does not cry out in pain. Caerrat. That's you, Garm.
Yeah. Hey, Wex. Can you talk to us? I'll just, like, try and just, like, actually have a conversation with him. Like, look, we don't need to do all this. You stabbed my friend. We will happily stop attacking, and we can just have a conversation about this. I don't expect this to be successful, but I at least like to offer it to you.
Oh, my dog's barking at something. Hold on.
Even the
I'll
dog
be
knows
right
your
back.
bullshit, Garm.
I think this guy's mind controlled.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
By the dagger?
Out of the game.
Or by the old woman.
It's the old woman for sure.
That would be
taking out-
good.
She's taking out Tiefling. She probably hates Tiefling.
But,
Yeah, they are knife ears. Could we try to, like, wrestle the knife out of his hand, see if that does anything?
Like some sort of
oh, I
grapple.
could trip him.
You can try to disarm. That is the combat maneuver. But tripping him would, like, give him a -4 to his defense.
Is that all weed, Garm?
This? Yes.
Oh.
I got
It
paid
is-
yesterday.
It is Saturday for Garm, so let's go.
It is.
It's Saturday for all of us.
Fair. Well, every day's Saturday for me right now.
You said Saturday for Garm and just, like, confused the hell out of me for a second. I was like, wait, is it not Saturday?
I have a big boy grinder.
I have a new Stizzy pod. It's full. And
Nice.
this is, it's not written on here. What the percent? Oh, yeah, it's written on the back.
Garm, you're not playing WoW. Cobra just made a new weed friend the other day.
All right, I've returned. Yeah. So you try to start talking to this guy. Diplomacy takes a minute. You're like, hey man, like we can work this out, sort of thing. He definitely hears you. It's not like he's like blinded with rage or his senses are clouded. And if anything, he'll just kind of like chuckle And he'll be like, "We're well past words, friend."
Natural 20. Oh, God.
Sezzix.
Best of luck with that, Caerrat. I'm gonna shoot him.
Yeah. The window will like slam closed at some point, and you'll hear the woman inside cry out. She'll be like, "Ah!" Yeah, you blast him twice. How are you adding 9 to damage? You're using deadly aim?
Correct.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, he seems badly hurt. He will go. He will withdraw. He gets shot once, gets shot a second time, and his like ferocious demeanor will become one of like frustration. He's definitely hurt, but like he's not upset at that. He's upset at the fact that like he has to retreat, and his sword will like move away from you, and then his body will follow it, and he will run away from you guys, and he'll run around the corner and presumably make a stealth check. Buddy, he is off the map presently.
I'll run after him. My
Sure.
40 move speed.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Sure. Uh-oh.
There is an alleyway. There's a couple of doors, some alcoves. There's like a dumpster. As you run around the corner, you do not immediately see him.
I'll keep running to the other end of the alleyway with... So I use my move.
Yes, you'll double
I
move.
use my-
You'll presumably cover more distance than him, though he did seem particularly fleet.
Yeah.
But presuming you move faster than him, you travel farther than he did, and you imagine he's still somewhere between you and your companions.
Sure. I kind of assume he's somewhere in the alleyway, but I'm just going to cover this exit.
Yeah,
So I'll
sounds
just, like,
good.
turn around and look for him.
Tommy,
I'll follow suit as well.
you see your companion at the far end of the alleyway, and he's like, "He's somewhere here." You can make a perception check.
Do I get a bonus to it because I kind of know where he is?
I've taken a penalty because I did it quickly. So you do not get a bonus.
Yeah.
Yes, you see him. Oh no, I have fast stealth. I don't take a penalty. JK, I don't think you see him.
Oh, no!
I gotta read what fast stealth does and
Damn
see if it
stealth
negates
character.
it. Yeah, he's, it's like he's a serial killer.
You need to get some, like, devil sight.
Yep.
Retreat sight or something.
You do not see him.
Do I roll a grape ape or Maui mango one?
What do you want to do, Tommy?
I'll double move as well.
Yeah, you run up to your friend, looking over your shoulder left and right. You do not see him. Steer it. Your companions have both run around the corner.
I'll run just to like the corner itself and post up there and make a perception check.
Sure. You do not spy him. Sezzix.
I will follow suit, run around, and percept.
You have very keen eyes and very keen senses, and even you can't find him.
Damn.
Somewhere in the dumpster.
I mean, I have a plus 24 to stealth, so
Jeez.
yeah. So
Damn, he beats me by 1.
So, 2 of you are at one end, 2 of you are at the other. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. A tense moment passes as all of you are like trying to find him. He will emerge. His blade will target Sezzix. You are flat-footed to this as, like, from one of the alcoves close to you, he'll kind of leap out with his kukri and try to slash you with it. Evens, he was close enough to 5-foot step. He was not, he'll only get 1 attack. You're not fucked, you're just 1 attacked.
He doesn't hit very hard.
It's only fucked if he gets a nat.
Yeah. Like, his crit barely did anything.
I'm standing right next to you, Paul. You're not gonna be hurt that bad.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop.
That's what you say now.
And I'm gonna charge him. I'm gonna save you.
It's just a plus 12 against your flat-footed. Does a 16 hit?
13.
Yep. Okay. His blade bites into you. You begin bleeding. You take some damage, and he sneak attacks you. Substantially better than I rolled on the other guy. You take another 16 points of damage. Buddy, you see your companions, and then behind them is this guy. So if we were to reposition, we have Sezzix, Caerrat, the bad guy, and you guys are all the way over here on the other end of the alley.
Gotcha.
What would you like to do?
Okay, cool. I'll run up to him and here. Yeah. I'll just bite him.
Yeah, so you run past your companion there. As you're running past, he will slash you with his sword.
Sure.
He just gets one attack. They just only had it recorded as 2. So an 18 hits you as you run by?
Yeah.
Okay. His blade bites into you. You take 11 points of damage, and you are bleeding 2.
Serat's got it.
Okay.
I'll bite. Oh.
You do not crit him, but you do hit him once. As you do, you see he's got this little aura of red mist around him that is consumed, as if he had some temporary hit points. Go and roll your damage.
Yep. Boop.
He will take it. It looks as if he is badly injured. Tommy.
All right, I'm gonna double move to here. That's all I can do my turn.
Yeah, you can get here or here. I guess this is the end of the alley, so yeah, you could be there if you wanted to.
No.
Cool. Top of the round, Caerrat.
I will scoot myself.
Sure.
I'll heal the team.
Are you just gonna channel?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
We'll fix that bleeding problem.
Yeah, you guys are no longer bleeding.
That's all I got, boys.
Sezzix.
Works for me.
I'm feeling good.
I'll just blast.
Sure. Are you gonna step back?
Yeah, because if I'm in melee, then he gets an attack of
Correct.
opportunity, right?
Correct.
Assuming he has combat reflexes, but
True. The first attack will hit his touch, the other one will miss. He is at 0. Yeah. He'll kind of smirk. He's got this, look at his eyes, and it seems as if he's, one step ahead of you. This is what he wanted all along. And as he sees that, obviously there's no way out, his sword will kind of just raise up to his throat, and he'll drag it across while looking at you. Caerrat, as you're still diplomacying, is he'll, drag it across his throat, and, as it finishes and kind of sticks out with a flourish, and there's a spray of blood across, Buddy and Tommy's faces, his composure will completely change, and he'll look as if he doesn't quite know, where he is or exactly what's happened, and, his other hand will, grab at his throat, and he'll just collapse to the ground. He's most likely dead. He'll roll a bunch of damage against himself. Yeah, he does, over 20 damage to himself. He is certainly dead. Combat is over. The sword clatters to the ground next to him.
We're back after use the restroom.
can we bag the sword? So no.
Yeah, I mean it stops glowing.
Is there attunement in Pathfinder? You have to attune to items at all?
Nope.
Okay.
This is definitely
maybe
not
a cloth.
how magic items usually work.
Definitely use a cloth and pick it up.
Sure. Make a will save.
End up being the one to pick it up.
Make a will save.
I really don't want you picking up this kukri and then stabbing me.
Do you have spellcraft, Garm?
I have 2 ranks, I believe.
Yeah. You make a spellcraft check. I think you might be the only one that does. You saw that as the blade was drawn across his neck, there seemed to be a spell cast at the same time, as he was affected by death now.
That's metal as fuck.
Yeah, just give me, whoever would like to touch it can give me a will save. I think I heard Buddy saying he throws a cloth over it and then picks it up.
So it's going to be a will save.
Unless Caerrat stops me.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stop you, bud.
Sure. Yeah, you like throw the cloth over it and you're like, no, don't touch the Palanir.
I'll pro-evil myself and then pick it up.
Sure. You can give me a will save. Yeah, you're totally fine.
Nice.
I will say it was a +0, so would have been bad. But he's the new serial killer.
And, like, worst case, Garm gets mind control. What's he gonna do with a dagger? He's gonna miss everyone.
Yeah, that was my thought.
Yeah, so I mean, like, you have this dagger. It's very cool and impressive looking. It's certainly a unique dagger. You also have this guy who's wearing some stuff. He's definitely dead, so he won't be needing it. So I'll go ahead and identify things that you can have. Yeah, so there you go.
Marilla.
Inventory, there we go. So there is a buckler that he was wearing on an arm. Is it identified for you guys? It looks like it is. He also was wearing some nice boots and some fancy armor. And he had some nice thieves' tools. And then you have this weird kukri. Those are all in your inventory. He also had some gold pieces, which I have added to the party sheet. But yeah, he is deceased. This is not the part of town. This is not the part of town where they're going to call the cops. So, yeah.
Oh, we're in a poor white neighborhood.
You're literally in the low-income tenement housing. This is the shittiest part of town. Yeah. You're trying to identify the knife?
The non-knife stuff.
Okay, so what's the first roll for?
We'll do first roll will be the buckler.
It is a +1 buckler.
Cool. Boots will be 2. We'll fail that.
Do not know what the boots are. The armor is studded leather. +1.
Ooh.
Which
Am I correct in thinking that
it is shadow studded leather. I don't know why it doesn't have that. So this studded leather also gives you... Can I edit it here? Yeah, it has the shadow property. It gives you +5 to your stealth check if you're wearing it.
Sezzix?
He's already got a cloak, I think, that does that.
Yeah.
So only one bonus would apply, but you could, free up your cloak slot. But yeah.
Leather's also much better for me, I think. I think it's +1 to my AC.
And then was that natural 1 to identify the dagger?
I think so.
Yeah, make another will save.
Oh no.
You gotta touch magic items to identify them. You do not have protection from evil at this point. You might still. I don't think you can fail anyway. Yeah, you're totally fine. You don't know what this dagger is, but you do feel like that it is evil. Like, it is certainly not a good dagger.
Mr. Dagger, do you talk?
Do not hear any words emanate from this blade.
Do you make me feel things?
Evidently not.
I'll be in the background.
Nice.
I'll be in the background. I'll make you feel things.
I know you will.
Are you guys just identifying this shit in the street? Over the blood-soaked body of this citizen?
Yeah, we
Our
should probably bring them
notoriety
inside
can go up.
We probably left.
What's our notoriety now? Like 20?
What are you gonna do with the body?
Leave
That
it here?
should probably come with us. I can cast Speak with Dead with it tomorrow.
Sure. There is a corpse. How are you gonna carry it?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Like a life-size
yeah.
Pez dispenser?
That's a buddy job.
Can we just go get like a... This is a serial killer. He definitely has a tarp somewhere.
Yeah, you just want to go back to his apartment and tear it apart?
And just find a tarp.
Yeah,
We can just use his bed sheets.
let's put his body
Yeah.
in his apartment.
Sure, so you throw him over your shoulders and you begin heading upstairs. The door will creak open and she'll be like, "Oh no! Viral! What have you done to him?"
Well, unfortunately, he attacked Tommy in the night.
No, just say he killed himself. That's what he actually did.
We were just here to speak with him, and then as we were turning the corner, he attacked Tommy. We tried to stop him. I tried to talk him into coming with us, trying to explain what was going on in the situation, but he took this blade and he cut himself across the neck. I've never seen anything like it.
She'll be like,
Pumpkin's sobbing.
yeah, you'll see her, like, her demeanor will change a bit and she'll be like, "Oh no! Well, he paid through the end of the month." She'll close the door.
Cool.
Sounds about
During
right.
that, I lift up my shirt and show her the scar, to bribe her.
Yeah, I mean, so, like, initially you might have thought she was romantically interested in you. It's more of, like, you're just a person to talk to.
Okay.
You were
And you remind her of her, like, dead husband. So there's, like, a bit
Yeah.
of kinship there. But yeah, you guys can head back up to his apartment. As you tear it apart now, there are some things that seem off. There were some bloodstains that you just didn't notice before. On his bookshelf, you'll note that most of his books are about, like, metallurgy and alchemy and stuff like that. And there's a couple of books that are, like, medical textbooks. Talk about how, like, surgically remove organs. Things like that. That are, like, not nefarious, but, like, why does he have them? Kind of books. And then in the washroom, you actually find a secret room that he has carved into. He's, like, kind of broken through the wood there, and he's broken into this alcove. And there is a little secret room. Within this room, because I imagined you guys were going to tear this place apart now that you know he's the serial killer. Yeah, you will find it, like, taking 20 searching this place. There's a crawl space inside the room that's just under 4 feet tall, and there's a fine throw rug on the ground with a few cushions. There are heaps of books and papers stacked around the rug, and there is a small stand opposite the door. It has, like, 2 little metal prongs, and it looks as if something could rest here. Also, this room is very easy to find, as the door is open when you come back into the washroom. As while you guys are waiting outside, he stealthed into the room through his bedroom window, which is open, and got his sword, which is hidden here, because he doesn't have it on his person when he's walking about. A majority of the books and notes here are strangely off-topic books like the front room, concerned with medical and alchemical notes. Here, taken in context, they suggest a disturbing focus on the grisly studies of anatomy, the nature of blood, and theories on the source and the ultimate fate of souls. Many of the notes focus on the rather lurid history of Kintargo's time under the knife of the Temple Hill slasher. The bulk of these notes contain nothing new, but one note in particular considers the possibility that Professor Mangouv may have been manipulated by supernatural forces beyond this world, and that his spirit may have somehow become anchored to Kintargo due to some strange eldritch and primordial feature of the region. Yet the note does not go into further detail. Of more immediate interest to these notes are those chronicling a knife known as Balgorrah, which Wex has researched extensively. Here you can learn of the knife's origins as a weapon of a cult known as the Skin Saw Cult, and how Professor Mangum himself once owned the blade. It becomes more apparent that Wex believes that Mangum's spirit still resides within the blade, and that the weapon has come into his possession because he was destined to carry on the Temple Hill Slasher's work. You see, like, little diary entries where he's like, Professor Mangum still lives. He reaches out to me through the knife. Whenever I hold it, I feel his presence. It draws me. It calls to me. It seeks to cull the weak from Kintargo to make it strong once more. And then it's like a few days later, like, the blade has told me I must go to this address. I must wait for someone to pass of this age, and then I must lure them into the alley and kill them. I do not know why, but it said I must stab him 37 times. I must do it exactly 37 times, otherwise the ritual won't work. I do not know why, but I know I am working for a greater purpose.
Because this person is infested with whispers from the god of murder. That's incredible. I fucking love it.
Yes, this is the same cult, by the way, that you guys fought in Book 2 of Rise of the Rune Lords.
I recognize the name.
Yeah.
Yep. Father Skinsaw. So yeah,
Nord Gorber.
this guy was certainly evil. That is a fact.
Yeah, that's the dude we like chained up, isn't it? Or what was it?
The ghoul? Yeah. That was the ghoul that I MC'd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just control undeaded the final boss of that book.
Yeah, but he was like cool, so he was okay with it.
Yeah. And then I think we destroyed him, didn't we? I like we chained him to a stone coffin that Thrax carried around, and then eventually we were just like, yeah, we'll just destroy him. I think one of the clerics wanted to do it. We like got in good with some clerics.
To kill him.
Oh, you got to kill him.
Yeah,
one of the clerics wanted to destroy him, so we're like, yeah, go for it.
Because I killed him. I forget. Oh, he hit Link. That's what he did.
Yes.
I think he was the first person to make Link hit 0 health. So,
well,
he was gonna die.
What would you guys like to do? I also you know the name of the knife, but you don't know its properties. Though it does certainly seem to be evil.
I have a friend that would love to learn this piece of history about Kintargo.
Yeah.
We need to bring this knife. We need to...
That is what the knife looked like.
Tomorrow I'll come and speak with Dead.
Are you just leaving his body in here?
Yeah, I think we just leave the body here, you know?
Cool. Whose knife?
Paid through other one?
Who has the knife?
I would assume me for now.
Yeah.
Not me.
I don't want it.
Yeah, about every hour while the knife is in your possession, you'll need to make a will save. As it continues to try to influence you.
So probably one more till I can put it somewhere when I get home.
Yeah, I'll say one more, and then you can, like, stow it somewhere. What is home for you?
I have, like, an apartment somewhere, I assume. I think.
Yeah.
Do we live together?
I believed that you guys were staying... In book 1, you were staying at the Wasp's Nest.
That's where I'm staying.
Yeah.
I think I had a place because I was living in the city before the game.
Sure. Like, you're very confident that you've, like, shrugged off whatever Balgorrah is trying to influence you to do. And then, like, as you're walking home in, like, the next hour to, like, put it away safely, you see a group of, like, 5 school children, like, on their way to class. And, their mom has them all holding a piece of rope. So, like, as they're walking in a line, you count, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just, like, absentmindedly in your head. You're like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're like, 5's too many. And, like, before you can stop yourself, you realize that your hand is on the handle of the blade. And then you're like, whoa, what the fuck? And then you, like, put it back in the bag. Hey, but you can make it to your establishment without committing murder.
But man, is it close?
It seems as if you had this in your possession for a little longer. It might be able to influence you in certain ways. 5 is too many. 5's enough. It's like calling to you. You're like, 5's too many, and like your hand absent-mindedly like moves to the bag that it's in, and then you're like, what the fuck am I doing? And you like hurry to your house and like take the bag off and throw it in the corner.
Gotta go.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, we're basically in this downtime period, so you want to advance time to the next day?
Yeah.
We can
sure.
probably go tell Hamilton about it now, at least.
Yeah, I mean, you'll find him. He's at the Devil's Threads. It'll be closed, and he'll have been in the back, like behind it, burying the disciple of Milani that was killed by Wex earlier this week. So you can head back there, and he'll see the four of you and be like, "Oh, my friends, you've returned. Did you find anything further about my friend's killer?"
We have at least put an end to it, but there's still some mysteries we need to uncover regarding it.
Yeah, and you just like tell him all the shit you've learned or whatever.
For us.
Yeah, he certainly could. You like tell him everything. He's like, "Oh, that's grave indeed. Did you bring the knife here, or did you leave it at your place? Like, what's the order of operations? Did you go there first? Did you come here?"
I mean, we can at least, maybe he knows something about the knife, or can figure something out about it.
Yeah, I mean, he'll roll a die. He'll make a spellcraft check. To like make some token will save. He'll be like, "Oh yes, this weapon certainly is evil. Milani, she obviously is a warrior against such sinister plots, but sadly, the destruction of this weapon is beyond my capabilities. I do believe, though, that both the Church of Abadar and Shelyn issue bounties for such weapons. I imagine that the centers for worship here may not have the capital required. Mechanically, if you find or are able to communicate with someone in the Church of Abadar or the Church of Shelyn that you have this weapon and you want to get rid of it, they will give you full value for it."
Ooh.
He would also suggest that you could turn it over to like the police if you wanted to, and they would probably give you some amount of money for it.
I will audibly laugh at that.
As you would have put an end to some murders. Yeah, he'll be like, "Well, the police force is different than the Hell Knights and the members of the Chelish Freedom Party or whatever it's called. Like,
It is fair.
there are police that have been like investigating the murders here. They're just not very competent." But yeah. So he kind of presents those as options. You might be able to get full value for it, but it require you like seeking out someone from one of these churches that specifically destroy evil weapons. Or you could like turn it over to the police station. Otherwise, most people probably won't want to buy this from you.
I mean, fair.
Yeah. Fair.
Did you say someone from those churches isn't in this town though? Or-
Those churches exist in this town. The Church of Shelyn certainly is not going to have a large enough presence here to like purchase it. But like there would be a Church of Abadar here, and they might have the means to buy it. We'd roll some dice. Out of game, or like in game, I guess. Abadar is a neutral deity of commerce, so they would likely just buy it to have it, and like put it somewhere secure, like Indiana Jones style. It belongs in a museum. Shelyn is a good deity. She is the deity of like beauty and love, and her backstory is that her brother is like a super evil deity of pain and torture, and he had like an evil weapon that she took from him and like redeemed and made it good. So like they would probably take the weapon to try and like cleanse it of its evil nature.
Sure.
So that's like why those two various churches would be interested in it, because it's an evil weapon. Other churches, or other individuals may be interested in it for other reasons, but those are just like the general things that Hemiton would know and would tell you.
I mean, if
he's very grateful though. He's very grateful that you have, put an end to these murders. He thinks that you should present the evidence to the city guard, just so that they can know that like the murders are done. If you don't want to bring Barzillai and his goons into it, though, you could turn all the evidence over to a neutral party. There is an inspector here, Inspector Tacit, who's in charge of like the police, and she could take a look at it.
We could get Inspector Gadget around?
Something like that. But yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to do while you're at Hemeton's? He's like more than happy for you guys to hang out or whatever, but he's burying his friend.
No, I think we'll grab that inspector tomorrow and bring the knife.
Okay.
Bring her or them, and then do the speak with dead when we get there.
Sure. Yeah, so do you guys do anything this evening? Anything noteworthy?
Probably just go back to the bar where we were hanging out before we got called to the ship.
That's pretty much my plan.
Okie dokie.
The old hangout spot.
Yep.
Ah, yes. The old
Nice
hangout
after
spot.
murdering drink.
We didn't murder anyone.
Like an episode.
He did murder himself, you're right.
He did,
Your
in
Honor,
fact,
he's
murder
Assisted
himself.
suicide.
Your Honor, he pushed himself off the cliff. It was gravity that killed him.
His friends did not do it first. Gravity did it.
Right? I'm just saying here.
Yeah, how can I be responsible for what gravity did?
Said there's supposed to be this inspector, but I don't see...
Is it?
I'm just
We
trying
might
to
have
find where they are in the book.
I have somebody in my notes named Tayset Tiora.
Yeah.
The tiefling?
So I feel like we met them.
Inspector Teaset. Let me look him up real quick here. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Yeah, I don't see it. And I don't see it at the start of this, because Hamilton's the one that comes to you and says, hey, there's this problem that he needs you to solve. Yeah, I don't see it here. Yeah, so we'll just make her up. Yeah, it'll be a tiefling. Because why not? So Inspector Tayset will be like a younger tiefling woman. You'll see her beating the pavement out, talking to people like around the area of one of the murders. She has like a notepad and she's taking various notes. Her tail moves pretty often for a tiefling, almost like cat-like in preternaturally. And as you guys approach, her ears will kind of perk up, and she has these little stubby horns, and she'll turn and look over in your direction. Citizens! Hello! And she'll, like, flip open her notepad and be like, what do you have there?
What if I could tell you your day is about to become much more complicated?
She'll be like, I don't know if I'd like that. What's your name, citizen? She has, like, a quill pen.
You know, I go by Caerrat.
Caerrat? And it is, and she'll look at the sky and she'll be like, 11:37, and she'll write down the date. Very good.
AM, correct, I believe? I'm sure you have heard all about the murders that have been going on here. And I think I've solved them. Actually, I'm confident I have.
Are you confessing to these crimes?
No. Unfortunately, it's a lot more complicated than that.
Yeah, do you want to, like, bring her up to speed with everything you've learned? Yeah, as you, like, reveal the body and everything that transpired, her eyes just kind of go wide, like a kid in a Nancy Drew novel.
Your day's so much more complicated, isn't it?
She's like, fascinating. She seems, like, rather excited at all of this. She's like, I never thought the Temple Hill slasher. Oh, I grew up hearing stories of that. I'm glad we're able to finally I'm glad we're finally able to get some answers for those victims and see what was behind it. She'll like take all the notes and like begin looking through them. She'll look at the body and be like, grisly indeed. You're gonna cast Speak with Dead on it?
Yes, and I figured we wanted someone who's truly on the side of justice to be here for these questions.
Oh, certainly.
Questions for this guy.
Yeah, I mean, you can revive him. You more or less learn what you've already learned from the notes. It seems as if he was already a little unhinged to begin with, and the knife just kind of like pushed him over the edge. It seemed like it didn't have to work hard to get him to do these things. And she's like, oh, so like the knife compelled him, so like he was innocent in all this. And then you're like, well, like the knife tried to compel me, but I was able to resist myself. He wasn't able to resist these compulsions. And she'll be like, yes. And Wex will be like talking gleefully about how he like committed the murders and things like that. All of them seem rather disconnected. There's no real pattern to speak of. And she'll be like, oh, it's good to have this information. Thank you. And you have the murder weapon in your possession?
Yes, hopefully we will get it discarded soon.
She'll be like, oh, well, we're able to requisition certain nefarious materials. We won't be able to probably match the price of a collector. We don't really need the weapon as we have a confession from him, so it's yours to keep if you wish. But if you wish to turn it over to us, I'd probably be able to get you somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 gold for it.
We shall definitely keep it in mind. Thank you.
Yeah, she basically can pay you half of what it's worth. She'd have to fill out some forms, so it'd take a couple of days. But yeah, you kind of like give this junior detective a huge break, and she'll like make full detective and maybe lieutenant by the next book because she like single-handedly closed the case. So yeah, she'll like take all this like information in the body into custody, and she'll be like, oh, like some anonymous heroes came upon him, yada yada yada. What of the knife? It's in their possession, as is their right, as they were attacked by him. Yeah. You guys are able to close the book on Varl Wex.
Spread, investigator.
While like this has all been going on, Buddy is going to be carving like a little wooden badge, kind of like a little shield, and it'll just have like a little smiley face carved into it, and it'll be a gift to our new inspector friend.
Sure. Yeah, like she'll go back, off screen or whatever. She'll go back to the district, and she'll like go in. You'll notice she's like one of two tieflings that work in this precinct, and there's like a dozen or so humans, maybe a couple of dwarves, and the other tiefling is a guy, and he'll be like older. He's definitely like overweight. He just kind of like goes around and like eats free hot dogs and like collects some money out of people's tills, and he's just like a corrupt cop. And she's trying to like do stuff to like help the tiefling population. So they've given them like the old Kintargo beat, which is like prostitution and drugs. And they don't expect anything to ever happen. So when she comes in having solved like this case and is able to connect it to like the murders, her captain is forced to give her a promotion in the next couple of weeks. Despite her tiefling ancestry.
That's what we're here for. That's what we do it for, boys.
Yep.
Make friends.
Yep. And she's obviously like, raising her sister because her parents were absentee. So like she's taken on the role of like a surrogate mother. She has like a whole elaborate backstory.
Incredible, honestly.
Very important NPC that's highly detailed in this adventure that I literally couldn't find anywhere.
Yeah.
I think they're just mentioned in this section. Anyway, yeah. Again, you enter this period of downtime. Like, someone came and asked for help. Another person came and asked for help. You are kind of sitting on your hands. The next major thing that needs to happen for you as like a group is to find a more permanent, secure location. And to that end, you have put your feelers out. You've had Laria Longroads, seeing if there's some Bellflower network places you can find. You've had Rexus Viticora trying to see if there's anything in the documents his parents left about other safe houses. And you have Lictor Octavio, who has some knowledge of old smugglers' dens and things like that they've cleared out in the past. So, after a couple of days, you're all fully rested and full hit points. You'll have this kind of meeting of the minds between Lictor Octavio, Hell Knights of the Torrent, Rexus Viticora, and Laria Longroad. Are you going to be at the Wasp Nest, or are you going to be at the bar in Old Kintargo? The, whatever that place is called. It's been a spell, I forget.
I'd probably say the bar.
The Tooth and Nail. Yeah.
Tooth and Nail.
You guys are sitting around the Tooth and Nail. The owner, she'll go and, like, lock the door and close it, kick all of the regulars out, so it's just the 4 of you and the 3 of them, and she's, like, over at the bar, like, getting people drinks. And you'll all sit down and kind of just have a discussion about what sort of establishment you guys would like to find. Larry will go first, and she'll be like, well, we could try to find a bellflower, one of the bellflower hideouts. There's several in the region. The upsides to those is that they're well connected to other spots. It's like a network of mines almost, with each one connected to another. So if you were found out, there would always be like another place to escape to. That's like her main selling point. Rexus will be like, sadly, the Order of the Palatine Eye is, they don't really have much in ways of secret hideouts. There might be some smaller Silver Raven-like safe houses that we could uncover. It would take some time, but they're probably not going to be large enough to house an entire, like, rebellious force. Furthermore, they're certainly so obscure that they're probably going to exist, like, deep within existing other structures that we'd have to gain access to first. So those locations you would have to, like, somehow gain control of, like, the business that's on top of it, and then you'd have access to this hidden safe room beneath it, providing it hasn't already been looted, because he's just going off of, like, 100-year-old documents. And Lictor Octavio is like, well, given that, perhaps my solution is the best. And he will tell you of a place that they seized a while ago. He knows of a place known as the Lucky Bones. It was, to the public, a gambling hall and opium den. In truth, the building was a front for a guild of thieves and abductors known as the Grey Spiders. When my order learned of the Grey Spiders, we discovered they were involved in kidnapping in a slavery ring tied to the cult of Norgabur, who is Father Skinsaw for what it's worth, one of his aspects. We confronted them. They responded by assassinating Lictor Rhea, my founder, the founder of his order, to which he stepped into her shoes. In turn, we brought the full might of the Order of the Torrent down on them. When we were done, the Grey Spiders were no more. But then Lictor Rhea's successor, Lictor Yale, made the curious choice to seal the Lucky Bones rather than fully explore it. It was shortly afterwards that we discovered that Yale and his subordinates sought to preserve the Grey Spiders' ill-gotten gains for themselves and planned to return the complex to looted. Yale and the others were charged with corruption and expelled. My command of the Torrent passed to Lictor Arachio Hermamus, but no one ever followed up with the Lucky Bones. Lictor Arachmo was ashamed of the entire episode and forbade the rest of us from investigating it, and in time it all mercifully slipped from memory. But those chambers still exist below the ruined gambling hall, chambers that were never mapped or officially reported in any documents. For all intents and purposes, they don't exist. Sounds to me like the perfect place for rebellion to set up shop, provided someone scouts it out in the first place to ensure nothing unwanted has moved in.
Sounds like something unwanted has moved in.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He'll tell you that he literally has nothing more to offer you than its address, as they destroyed all documents of their exploration of those ruins, and it was a little before his time.
Oh, but when I asked about the gray spiders earlier. It was all, no, Caerrat. We don't know anything about that, Caerrat.
Listen, I didn't know if you could be trusted, but now that you've safely returned those Hell Knights to me, you helped out in the community, and when the others mentioned that you were looking for a place to hide out, I figured I would keep it kind of as the trump card, the ace in the hole, to use a gambling metaphor.
Oh, no, sir. I've lied to you as well. I thank you for coming forward with this now, and I understand keeping it a secret until now. Please, again, thank you very much.
Be like, of course. If anything, I'm just ashamed of what those in my order did before I came on the scene.
There's nothing we can do except move forward.
Yeah. So you guys are certainly free to explore the Lucky Bones and see if it will facilitate being a location for you guys. He will tell you that, based off of his knowledge of it, it is an expansive location. Effectively, a dungeon crawl. So if you guys want to, like, prepare before setting off to explore this place, like buying scrolls, making any necessary preparations, selling gear, buying new gear, now would be the time to do it.
Seems like a good idea to me.
Yeah.
Sure. But he doesn't need anything but his fists and his teeth. So.
Yeah, I have 35 gold, so kind of.
How do you have 35 gold?
I bought full plate armor last time we were in town.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
That'd be a good point. Yeah, that's a good reason.
Yeah.
We have some gear we can sell. Can we get the rest of that stuff identified, Walt, please?
Yeah, you can take some time and you'll identify them as slippers of spider climbing. You still have not identified the sword.
That is perfectly fine. Speaking of the sword, my vote is to just donate it to the Temple of Shelyn. Even if they don't want to pay us. We can sell it. I'm just like, a fucking hippie.
Yeah, I think we should try to sell it at least. Like, get something out of it.
Seriously, we need worldly possessions for the rebellion.
I understand that.
Alright.
I, however, believe everything can have a purpose, and that we can bring it together in some positive way.
Yeah, the purpose of this is to get us money.
Correct, and that may end up being it. And I will just place my vote on donating it to the Temple of Shelyn.
Well, comrade, I disagree. Once we have the gold right, we can redistribute the wealth later. But right now, we need to be
Robin Hood had to steal before he could give to the poor.
No, I understand. You two are welcome to vote how you would like to, and I understand if you vote to sell it. If it goes to the Temple of Abadar, I understand that as well.
We're going to sell it.
My vote's always with Caerrat, because Caerrat was Buddy's first friend.
No. So we got a tie here. So I guess we sell half, donate half.
We just break the sword in half.
We need a way to tie break. We need maybe that dragon.
Well, I mean, so like the Church of Shelyn has a bounty on evil weapons. Like it's basically like a cash for guns program. They like pay people to get evil weapons off the street.
Well, okay, then if they're gonna pay us, then I'm okay with it.
Yes, the Church of Shelyn and the Church of Abadar will give you full value for it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna get less at the Shelyn place.
No, the churches will give you full value. A collector will give you full value. The police department will give you half.
Oh, then Shelyn, 100%.
Yeah. The thing is, there isn't a big temple to Shelyn here, so it'll probably take you some time to get that money.
Yeah.
Whereas there is a big church to Abadar here.
Yeah, we can just wait. I mean,
yes, you want to go over to the church and talk to some people?
Yeah, let's go to Shelyn. Come on. Boy.
Yeah.
We'll give it to the good people.
Yeah. You could head over to a temple. Imagine a like hole in the wall church that has, some folding chairs and like one guy who like doesn't have any money for services and has like donated objects. So you see that guy, and he is in the process of, finishing up an AA meeting or something. And he's like, setting the folding chairs off to the side. And he's in the process of like turning the room over for like evening star worship. Or, evening music circle, because it's a Shelyn temple. And you see he has like a little band set up behind him. There's like a drum, some sort of like stringed instrument, and some other sort of noise-making instrument. And he's wearing relatively plain clothes. He seems like a younger guy. You open the door, there's like a little bell. It's kind of one of these like narrow strip mall offices kind of rooms, sandwiched between two other buildings. And yeah, you can come in. Be like, hello, welcome. Peace be with you.
Father, peace be with you as well.
Oh, please. My father's called Father. I'm Brother Jacob. How may I help you?
Brother Jacob.
Have you come to hear the music of Shelyn? See the beauty of life?
What if I said I could make your day much more complicated?
Complication breeds creativity, and creativity is one of the love languages of Shelyn. I encourage you to express your creativity at all times.
Love is friendship set to music, brother. Listen, keep your head on straight, please. It'll try and get you to do things, but this is Balgorrah.
Do you like present this knife?
Yeah, I'll show off the sword.
Be like, I'm not a sword master. I know little of knives and blades.
Well, Balgorrah, you're familiar at least with the Temple Hill Slasher, yes?
Oh yes, grim tidings that fell Kintargo many years ago, as I understand it.
I believe his soul has infested this blade.
What? Oh, that's...
And I would like to donate it to Shelyn's grace in an attempt to free it.
Oh, he'll like go over to like a little rickety bookshelf, and he'll pull out a book and kind of thumb through it and be like, evil weapons, destruction thereof. Let's see. I'll have to reach out to the abbess north of here. This is a little above my pay grade. I'm sorry, I'm only a year out of the chantry. I'm not actually from here. I was just sent to spread the word of Shelyn with a small 150 gold endowment from the greater church.
And I'm happy that you stayed here, and I'm hoping that you continue to spread your beautiful word.
Yeah, he'll be like, I'll send a missive north to the abbess, and I'll let you know when I get a response. Is there a place I could contact you at? He'll like scramble around for a piece of paper and like jot down your address.
Yeah.
Where would you like him to send like a runner to?
The bar.
Sure. It will take 2d10 days to hear anything back. In 12 days. It's like in 2 weeks. He'll hit you guys up. Yeah. He'll be like, well, if you're not doing anything, definitely stay for tonight's drum circle. There's going to be a lot of good music. We have a little free talk moment.
Sorry, I don't believe in bonkos. Thank you, though. And I'll head up.
Yeah, I mean, he'll talk to the others of you. He'll be like, a Ratfolk. I haven't seen one of your kind in a while.
I'll act like he's a homeless person talking to me, and I'm just like...
Yeah, I mean, he'll move on. And what are you? Are you some sort of Ogrekin creature?
Yeah, I'm Buddy.
Oh, Buddy. And what do you have there? It looks like you're carving something.
Oh, that is very astute of you.
Yeah, he'll be
like, I'll give him like his holy symbol that I just carved, because I'm sure it's somewhere within here.
Yeah, it's just of a little bird.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'll make a little bird.
He'll be like, creativity is the lifeblood of existence. Do you find yourself often carving these things?
All the time.
Really? All the time. He'll begin telling you a story of like two birds sitting outside of a stream. And as the stream goes by, one bird watches the stream and enjoys it passing, and the other bird sees the stream for what it could be and begins collecting all sorts of rocks and pebbles and twigs and things like that. And over the next couple of days, this bird diverges part of the stream. And in diverging part of the stream with all of these rocks and twigs and pebbles it's collected, it ends up making a whole little lake. And in that lake, a group of frogs come. And the group of frogs start living there. And the group of frogs, grow and multiply. And the frogs attract other animals. And years afterwards, there's a whole little ecosystem that now exists there. And that, he tells you, is the story of how the first world came into existence. Was because all it took was one songbird diverting the stream of life and seeing that there was more possibilities there. And he says that all that was the inspiration of creativity that led to the creation of some of the most beautiful things in reality. And he encourages you to explore your creativity at all times.
Oh, I'll clap.
Yeah.
What do you like that story?
If you'd like to hear more stories, he definitely encourages you to come back. He tells you there's free food, coffee, music, any evening you'd like. He's here every day.
Awesome. I probably will in my downtime.
Sounds good. He will, anytime you spend with him, he'll extol the virtues of Shelyn, which is that of beauty, love, art, and creativity.
Sure.
Yeah.
Seems good.
And there's a lot of sitting around a circle and talking about how people were mean to you, and then everyone being like, you're beautiful the way you are, your decisions are your own, you should embrace yourself. It's a lot of self-actualization.
Super good,
That's really nice.
artists, very nice people.
Yeah.
Caerrat needs to go there about his nipple.
Yeah.
I will invite Caerrat if you
Yeah.
he does.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you invite me, I'll 100% come with you.
Anybody can come.
He
Yeah.
needs to,
Everyone is welcome.
love himself.
Unlike one of the evenings you guys are there, attending these little drum circle, coffee speaking, sitting down, self-actualization seminars, a brick will get thrown through the window and you'll hear from outside, go home, bird brains! And there'll be some Asmodean worshippers outside. And some of the members in the circle will get very upset and heated. And Brother Jacob will be like, no. We do not distress that the window is broken. We thank them for giving us this brick. What could this brick be? What could we do with this brick? And then it becomes an impromptu clay masonry session where they talk about all the different things you could build out of brick. And one of the members takes it, and they're all going to go to his house later that week, and they're going to build a fire pit out of it. And they're going to be thankful that the Asmodeans gave them this tool so that they could explore a new path in life that's going to bring them ultimately closer together, and they're going to find beauty in everything.
Gosh.
And he tries to impart the lesson. They'll try to impart the lesson of finding beauty in all things, and that beauty is worth preserving. Also, when the window was broken, I imagine, Buddy, you might have been, heated and quick to react.
On the verge of raging.
Yeah.
Recklessly.
Yeah, Brother Jacob will take you aside and tell you that passion and fury are beautiful qualities, and there are certainly things you should embrace. But he reminds you that you should not destroy anything completely, because when you destroy something, you remove it from existence and you prevent it from ever being appreciated as art or something beautiful. So he sees your hands are all bruised and stuff like that. He'll be like, I am a realist. I am an idealist when it comes to some things, but I am a realist of the place we live in, and I'm a realist that you will certainly come to blows with people in the future. I would implore you to never kill anyone. For when you do that, you cut the flower before it has bloomed. He'll be think of yourself, as you've probably talked about your history or whatever. He'll be you were on a path of violence and retribution and all this sort of stuff. And now you've been able to take a new path because those around you didn't kill you. Imagine all of the flowers you could grow in your garden if you never pruned them, if you let them all grow free and wild. I understand that sometimes you will have to defend yourself and you'll have to defend your friends and you'll have to stop someone from taking evil actions. but you should endeavor never to end life, only to encourage it to grow in productive ways.
This makes sense to Buddy.
Yeah.
Buddy's now pacifist.
Yeah, he will tell you that Paladins of Shelyn often do non-lethal damage when they attack things. And he will encourage you to seek that out whenever appropriate.
I think every once in a while I'll try some non-lethal damage here and there, you know?
Alright, cool. Yeah, anyway,
We can sprinkle in some,
Just like sprinkle a little bit cherry on top, so to speak.
So anyway, enough of that hippy-dippy bullshit.
Kill some shit.
Yeah, let's go kill some shit. Yeah, you can certainly research the Lucky Bones if you'd like, and figure out what you know about the establishment.
I thought there was like no writings or anything of the establishment.
There aren't of the secret thing below it, but the Lucky Bones was like a gambling den that existed.
Okay.
Like it was just like a place.
So you want a knowledge local check? We have a book you can look at for it. Whoever makes it take a +4.
Sure. Someone make a knowledge local check.
I don't know if I have knowledge local. I think
I
Sezzix
do not.
might.
Yeah.
Sezzix.
I rolled low though.
You know that it's basically just like a rundown gambling den. It's an abandoned building. You don't really know much more about it. Yeah. Is there a map for this place? Sick. So yeah. Whoops. Do you guys want to head over there? Do you want to make any final preparations? Is there like a time of day you'd like to go explore there? Is there anything you'd like to do? Any NPCs you'd like to talk to before heading down there?
I'm gonna need to pick up a new Cure Light Wounds wand.
You just want me to take 750 off of the party money?
If you would.
Do you guys want to sell stuff?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Do you want to take the weapon and the silver figurine things of power? Is anyone taking the studded leather or the slippers of spider climbing? It's all on the party sheet. If you guys want to add those items to your character, I can vendor stuff when you're all set.
You want the slippers of spider climb?
Those will allow you to walk on the wall and the ceiling.
I will say in my other campaign, I have them, and it has made wonders in that campaign happen, so...
Either Caerrat or Sezzix should take them, because they can get into cover by being on the roof where melee can't reach them.
So think about it the opposite way. If melee can't reach them, we should try and get the melee to them. Sezzix can always hit people that are on the ceiling. You guys might struggle with it. I can heal you guys on the ceiling. I might struggle with it if I'm on the ceiling and you're not.
Do you have 10-foot reach with your scythe at all?
No.
Oh, I thought you might. Yeah, so either one of us, maybe. You also have plate armor, so would you be able to wear these with plate armor? I don't know how that works.
You can.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are slippers. They're like mechanically like they're like loafers. No, you'd like replace your greaves with them. So you'd just be wearing these like nice silken slippers. Yeah,
we'll give him to Buddy.
All right. Seishi, were you gonna take that +1 studded leather that has the +5 to? Okay. All right, I'm gonna vend everything else then. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Boop. All right, you got $4,000 in there. I'll take 750 off. Anything else you guys want to buy? You want me to give you guys your ends? You guys will each get.
Thinking about scrolls.
There's like literally nothing I need unless there's like a ring that gives me Constitution. Yeah.
There's a belt that gives you Constitution. It costs 4,000 gold.
Do we invest in a scroll of Breath of Life?
So that is a spell that would allow you to bring someone back from the dead.
I feel like that could be good, seeing as pretty
We've
early.
been getting crit a lot this.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing to have. It will probably be useful at some point.
And I miss Yuri, so
Sentimental purchase.
yeah.
Yeah, those cost what, 11.95 or something.
We all saw what happened to Yuri. I think you would want us to not suffer the same fate.
All right, so 1 5th level scroll, 1125. So 3477. Cool. So you buy one of those out of the party thing. You want to just divvy up the rest? Yes.
Meanwhile, some product
Works to
placement
me.
for your YouTube channel, Goldfish.
Distributed across the party. You guys have been given money. Spend on it what you will.
I'm gonna
Yay.
save my money. I only have 623 gold.
Buddy has so much money.
I got like, I
But-
only have about 3K gold, a little less than 3K.
Buddy's
I don't
like,
know what happened.
Buddy's like, I like
Yuri's
gold.
wave.
He just like puts it into a sack.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to Yuri's money, but I don't think Yuri spent anything either.
You guys didn't really have money
Yeah.
because you got a bunch of money after that adventure where Yuri died. So I think he had like maybe a couple hundred gold. Like it wasn't a ton. But yeah.
Walt, I am also going to buy a paid for Scroll of Restoration.
Sure. With the 1,000 gold piece?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's like 1,400 or whatever.
17.
Do you have enough?
Barely. I have 8 gold pieces.
Sounds good. I
made my choice.
In the days, I would say like 2 days before this, like you guys have that conversation or whatever. Sezzix, are you going to hang out with your lady friend?
Sure.
Yeah. You were able to hang out with her that first night. But then the
I
second,
just, like, go and visit her when we have downtime.
yeah. She's like there the first night, but then like the night before you go to check out the Lucky Bones or whatever, her shop's closed and she's not there.
Werewolf.
Like she's not there all day. Like you're not like stalking her or whatever, but like you go check in like the afternoon and then you go at night and she's not there at either time, and nobody's like seen her around. And maybe one of the patrons will be like, I think she has family outside of town.
I'll just, like, take that as it is, just like she's visiting family. I won't think too much about it right now.
Let's see. Buddy, you're spending this time going to those circle things with Caerrat. Tommy, was there anything you were doing while your companions are off doing their own thing? Anyone you're going to spend time with?
Go pick up some shifts at the coffee shop.
Yeah, what did you end up doing with all that food?
I just gave it out on the street.
Yeah. People will like take it. They're very grateful. It's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, you head over to the coffee shop. Roll a d10. I'll give you a rumor. There's two people arguing as they come into the coffee shop. One's like, nope, she saw it clear as day. She saw it clear as day. Bullshit. I call bullshit. No, my cousin said she saw it. Bullshit. There is no way your cousin saw that. And they like place their order or whatever. And she's like, nope, she saw it. She saw it flying in circles above the Cathedral of Asmodeus last night while the bells rang. No one else saw it, but I still believe her. No, that's total bullshit. There's no way that something like that would be in Kintargo and that and that Barzillai wouldn't immediately shoot it out of the sky. Maybe they're working together. Look, maybe Rizovar didn't get killed during the Civil War after all. make a knowledge history check or a knowledge local check.
This is a blue dragon.
I don't have either, but yeah, this is the dragon the old guy was telling me about that I wanted to intimidate. Beat up in his rocking chair.
Yeah. And as you're like kind of listening, the skeptical friend will say like, "What do you think, barista? Do you think there's actually a blue dragon flying around the cathedral?" "It's what my cousin said."
There was a man I spoke to recently who swore the same thing.
See? People are seeing. People are talking about it. Ugh. This is just how rumors spread. It's all nonsense. They'll like take their coffee and walk off. Yeah. Do 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 do. You guys head off to the Lucky Bones. It is a ruined building.
Does it look like
Could you
anybody?
please rest us all?
Yeah, I can do that.
Like, is it a decrepit building you'd see in Detroit? Like, what kind of, like, in shambles building are we talking about?
So basically, they were investigating it. Like, the Order of the Torrent was investigating it. The Order of the Torrent assassinated the leader. Or sorry, the cult that was hiding there assassinated the leader because they were poking around. The organization responded by, like, killing everyone inside and burning it to the ground.
Okay.
So it's like literally just a vacant lot with like ruins on top of it.
And make a joke. Sezzix, this looks like a place a rat would live.
No, we live in the sewers.
Very bold, very brash of you.
I just shake my head. He didn't get the joke. Or he did, he's being sarcastic, I can't tell.
There's a basement somewhere around here.
Yeah. As you guys are like in the ruins or like standing out on the street, what time of day is it? What time of day have you begun your dungeon delve?
Are we early morning type people, or are we like...
Ha!
Or are we like a bunch of college students sleeping till 3? We finally got there around 5. Like, what kind of people are we?
Optimal performance about 11 p.m.
Well, like the taco truck doesn't open till 3, so like we should definitely get tacos before we go.
Yeah, I'm feeling that's actually kind of our MO a little more. We hang out at bars. I mean, one of us just found Jesus over there, buddy, but...
I'm gonna find one for you. I really think it's gonna be Ragathiel. I really think that's yours. Just gotta find one. You're gonna come to our side one day, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So,
but
you found your patron. I meant Tommy.
I have a deity. What did I pick again? Desna.
Really?
Yeah, I have a deity.
The dreamer.
Yep.
So
I sat on my
you
farm and I
guys
just dreamed of a better life, you know?
It seems like it's the late afternoon is what it sounds like. When you're
Late
checking this place out.
Early evening.
Yeah.
Like maybe
Okay.
6, 7.
Yeah, so like you heard the 6 tolls for 6 o'clock. It's a little after that. You are passing through from the Tooth and Nail on your way to where the Lucky Bones is. And you see the ruins up ahead. And as you get closer to start investigating, you see a drunken sailor, like very obviously drunk. He is paunchy. He's older, like maybe in his 30s or 40s. He's a human. He's kind of like, you're standing here looking at this thing. He enters on the left frame and just kind of like staggers across. And as he does, he's singing, "She promised to me to be faithful to me, but all that changed by morning. I went to deck, a drunken wreck, her new red smile, a warning." And he'll just keep like singing to himself and trailing off. And he's just present as you guys are at these ruins. What would you guys like to do?
I mean, I'm
This
content to
Mars-
just ignore it.
Do that
This
awkward thing.
Mars bounty friend.
Ugh. He'll kind of like stand there and focus, like, what do the 8 of you want? 12 of you. 4 of you.
Oh, it might even be 8. Oh, we're just, kids exploring ruins. You know how us youngsters get up to.
Come to hear the tale of me woes. Yeah, he'll just kind of like sit down on like a stump. Like, a little rock outcropping as you guys are poking around in the ruins. It doesn't seem like he's leaving.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
We'll just begin looking through the ruins.
Sure. Yeah, you can certainly search around. Give me a perception check. Let's roll this d4.
Woo. Story's really good. I'm listening.
Cool. I rolled a 1. So, I'm going to say Sezzix is closest to this guy. As you're poking through the ruins, Sezzix, you notice what is clearly like a trapdoor that would lead into the basement. It's underneath some like charred timbers and bits of trash and like refuse that are here. And as you like go to point it out to your companions, the drunken guy, as you pass by, will like put a hand on your shoulder and be like, "Did I ever tell you about the drunken magpie?"
I'll like shrug him off and say, yeah, you already told me, but I think they want to hear, and I'll point to Tommy and Buddy.
Yeah. As you point over there, he'll be like, no. It's very important that you hear. It went chirp, chirp, maglap, and it was the last thing it heard before the clap went clap, clap. And as you're like trying to parse what he said, you see the hand that was like on your shoulder is like morphing, and it morphs into a knife blade, and he sticks it into you. He will sneak attack you.
This is a very good drunk. We should have insighted check his drunkenness.
Yeah, he should have. He seems like a very interesting creature. Does a 21 hit your flat-footed?
Absolutely.
Cool. As this thing hits you, it slashes into your flesh. You take some amount of sneak attack damage, as well as you feel the end of this blade like hit an artery, and you feel like painful cold as it rips out of you. You take 1 point of Constitution drain. And we can roll initiative.
That's not good.
It is not good.
Is this on the same map that was before?
Here's a map. Go ahead and place yourselves kind of around. I'll just randomly place you if you'd like.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. You guys are all just kind of like checking out these ruins.
I just see like a blank thing.
Yep. You should just be standing on a blank thing. Do you see yourselves or no?
Yeah, I
Okay.
see.
And you see like the spaces between you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You see this guy. Oh, he's invis because this whole thing. Let me see if I have a better solution then. Give me a moment. I think... So this is like the map. I just had it in mask mode. But I think the play is to just reveal a section. And then to go to exit mask mode and move you guys down to here. I'll resize the map. Don't worry about it. Because I put the guy next to you, but you can't see him because he's inside a masked area. So, yeah. Spread you guys around. So you all are like checking out these ruins. And this dude's just like sitting on a stump. Cool. And then there should be a way for me to sync client view. Now it should be easier for you guys to see. Does that work?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Top of the round, he goes again. He'll stab you again. He hits you one more time. You take another 5 points of damage and 1 more point of Constitution drain.
And down I go.
Yeah, so Sezzix is like, you guys are all poking around this area. The drunk's just kind of chatting with Sezzix. Sezzix's eyes light up, and he, like, is about to point to his companions and be like, here's the secret entrance! And the guy sitting next to Sezzix notes that he's about to reveal there's this secret door, and just kind of grabs him and stabs him twice, like, up through the lungs. And he, like, coughs up blood, whimpers, and slumps over. You guys can look over, and for a moment, you might think that Sezzix is just, like, winded or passing out or is, like, drunk like this guy. And then as Sezzix's form shifts, you see that the guy has, like, a full-on longsword instead of a hand. And it is dripping with blood. And Sezzix is on the ground next to him. Sezzix, you can roll to stabilize.
That's just Constitution?
Yep. And you have a -2 to your Constitution right now, so a -1 on this roll compared to whatever you'd normally have. Yep, you take 1 point of damage as you bleed. I mean, your companion's gonna heal you up. Oh no, not 399, 39. Buddy. Yeah. You see this shit.
Buddy's enraged. Buddy forgets, what being a paladin.
Yeah, you don't know what the fuck is going on.
I'm gonna come up to here. And I'm going to attack.
Sure.
I'll be raged.
Yeah.
And sure, I'll power attack.
Yeah, for sure. That'll hit.
Take a big bite out of him.
Yeah, do it up.
16.
Yeah, you bite into this guy's flesh, and it's like biting into tar. As you, like, tear away his skin, it kind of, like, shifts and reforms. And rather than, like, him turning his head to look at you, you see just, like, 2 more sets of eyes open on the left side of his head, so he now just has 4 eyes. And as those extra eyes are looking at you, his mouth will slide over to that side, and he'll be like, "You're next, friend!" He does not seem drunk at all. Sear
Oh, fuck.
Well, that's fucked.
Yes. That is fucked.
I will. I'll step to here.
Yeah.
I will bull strength our boy Tommy.
Sure.
+4 to your strength, friend.
Okay.
That's all I got, Kings.
Tommy, you don't know what this creature is. It is probably not a human, though.
I'm gonna stand here with flanking.
How are you gonna move around so you don't provoke an attack from him?
I'll just go straight in.
Sure, he will swing at you as you come in. You see his other hand morph and turn into a sword as you're coming up, and he slashes at you, but you manage to dodge it.
And I will power attack him.
Sure. You totally hit. You tear into him.
It's a silver weapon if that matters.
It does not, but it seems to do full damage as your blade passes through his malleable form fairly fluidly. And as you deeply slash into him, it seems like he's badly wounded, and you have to kind of rip your weapon out as his body begins reforming around it. He will go. He will, kind of like roar in anger as you've torn into him. He did not like that at all. He will ponder his options. With one hand, he will hold on to Sezzix. And with the other, he will withdraw. He will withdraw diagonally. I have to enable more of this masking. Basically, he's going to go withdrawing this way. You see his arm just kind of stretch out to 10 feet as it's holding on to Sezzix. So he'll move there first, and then he'll continue his movement, which will provoke from Buddy. You can get a free attack.
Sweet.
Yeah, that will miss. As you go to like bite into him again, your like mouth will hit his shoulder and like just not be able to bite through it. It's like you're biting through tapioca pudding or something, as his body is just this fluid amorphous blob. He will withdraw this way. As he does so, he drags Sezzix along the ground, and he will run and try to hide in some fucking cover that's to the south. He will make a stealth check when he gets there. Sezzix, so he'll kind of like disappear from sight, and then you'll see Sezzix's body get drug along the ground, and then get like go between a couple of like columns and go around the corner and also disappear from sight. They're both off the map temporarily.
Creepy as fuck.
Yes. Sezzix, make that stabilize check. Yeah. Your companion continues to bleed out. Buddy, you see this thing, whatever the fuck this thing is, like, whack your friend. You guys surround it. It hisses. Its eyes kind of turn, like, into, like, little ventilation holes that, like, breathe through, like, weird orifices across its body. It shimmers and ripples and turns into, like, a blob-like humanoid. And it rolls away from you and drags your friend and is now just, like, off in the corner somewhere with him. To the south.
Just reminds me of The Thing.
Yeah, it is certainly some sort of horrific
John
monster.
Carpenter-esque, yeah.
Buddy, what do you want to do?
Run after Sezzix and...
Yeah, you can make a token perception check as you round the corner there. As he is not super good at stealth, unlike the last thing you fought. And there is just a body lying on the ground. Yeah, let me roll my d20, which seems to have gone a-missing. I don't know where my d20 is, actually. It's kind of weird. Oh, it's over on the right. Got it. He fucking crushes it. Oh, did it not put it on the thing? I'll roll again. I keep rolling, but it's not actually rolling a die for me. Okay, whatever. Yes, you do not see him. But you do definitely see Sezzix's body. There's like a little opening, and you just see like Sezzix's body there, and it's like withered and bleeding. And it looks like there's like a piece of rebar and some other shit around him, like sticking into it. And I'll just I guess I'm just gonna move these guys north and move you like here, and Sezzix is like here.
All right, well, I'll approach Sezzix.
Sure. Go ahead and move yourself.
Does he appear to be... You said there's like rebar and stuff sticking out of him?
It looks like he's been impaled on some pieces of rebar down here. Like, because this is the ruin of a building.
Yeah, gotcha. Sure, I'll try and take Sezzix off that rebar.
Sure. Make a combat maneuver check. I'll roll against you. It's definitely a piece of rebar and not this creature.
Yeah. God. This one. I think. Can't I roll it? There's...
You just click the CMB thing and it should roll it. Yeah, he's stuck on there really good. You like pick him off the ground and like yank on it, and he's just fucking stuck. You're unable to move him out of that square.
Okay. I think that's all my actions, so.
Yep, but you're holding on to him. Sear it.
Yeah. That sounds good.
You're gonna step down there and channel positive energy. Yeah, you can see your companion is like holding his body off the ground. Evens, you will heal my creature.
Oh, that sounds good.
Roll it up.
Can I see the metal piece of rebar?
I mean, you see the situation at hand. Make a perception check.
We take that.
Yeah, you can deselect the piece of rebar.
Fantastic, thank you.
Yep.
Four.
Astounding. Tommy. Jesus Christ.
Get him up.
Does Caerrat tell me to attack the rebar?
I mean, you guys don't know it's rebar. Buddy might be like coming to the realization that that's a creature. But he did not succeed his perception check.
I guess I'll move here and make a perception check.
A 17 is not enough. It seems if your companion's grabbing onto something, and you would imagine that the creature's holding onto it. If you want to attack the creature, you need to be 1 square closer. And you could attack into the square adjacent to Sezzix.
I don't have enough movement speed. I only have 20.
Okay. You could try to assist grabbing your friend.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Sure.
Which one do I roll?
Combat maneuver.
Okay. That's...
All right, you have assisted. You have a +2 on your combat maneuver checks. You know that kind of stilted thing that happens in, like, I'm just gonna move people up. In, like, this guy's invisible. In, like, TV shows and movies where, like, a bunch of people are pulling on a rope and then the other guys let go and they all fall over into a pile.
Yeah.
That basically happens. You guys don't mechanically fall over, but, like, the rebar gives way, and you now have your friend. As, unbeknownst to you, a creature comes out and slams the shit out of Buddy. As, like, limbs shoot past Sezzix's form and try to whack you. Against your flat-footed, it hits.
Oh yeah, everything hits me.
Cool. It will make a combat maneuver check against you. You also take some sneak attack damage. You take 5 points of sneak attack damage, and you take 1 point of constitution drain.
Well, shit.
And it will make a combat maneuver check to grab you. It does not succeed. The sword, as it hits you, kind of like morphs into a hand-like appendage, and it like is unable to retrieve purchase, and then it withdraws back behind this, and for a moment you see this creature, and then this creature will dip into the rubble and make a stealth check. And again, be blocked from sight from you guys. Sezzix, you are unconscious but stable. Buddy. You're like holding your friend in your arms. He seems to be breathing.
Excellent. I'll like twist around and set him down to like right there, so he's not...
Sure. It's like a free action to drop stuff.
Yeah, just like
he's a thing.
like
he is an object.
First met me and I dropped those boxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you repeat what the Maglap did though?
So basically, he attacked you from reach because he seems to have a reach attack. And then he stepped backwards and made a stealth check. So he then took his move action and moved further south into the rubble and made a stealth check. So he's somewhere off the map to the south, and he has made a stealth check. If you would like to try and see him, you can make a perception check as a move action.
Yeah.
But you would need to go further south into the rubble.
Yeah, I'll keep going south. And
make a perception check.
Ooh.
You see him, but only after he gets a sneak attack on you as you enter his threatened rage and do not spy him, as he got a 29 on his stealth check. So as you like come south to like try and find him, a column will collapse next to you and you'll see that it was actually him disguised as a column. And he will fucking attack you with this shit again. Natural 20. Yikes bikes. He fucks you up a little bit, and then you take some sneak attack. You take 9 points of sneak attack damage, and then you take 1 point of constitution drain. I believe you are disabled. Because you're you're level 3, right? So you lose 3 hit points from the 2 constant. No, you're 3. They're all 4.
We're 5. He's 4.
Oh, you're 4. Yeah. You were at 0 hit points as you lose 4 hit points from having 2 points of constitution.
From raging.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's fair. I forgot to adjust that. I am raging.
Yeah, you are still up. You have a standard action. You see this creature. It is like over here. You can just continue your movement. Boop. And there's this creature. And you can totally attack him. But he is going to make a check to grapple you, which won't impact your attack options. But if you drop unconscious, I will be able to carry you with me. He definitely succeeds his grapple check with a nat 20.
Sure, so I'm grappling.
So, like, as you come down, you begin wandering around. This thing hits you, morphs into like hands, and then just like drags you across the ground next to him.
God, he rolled 2 20s in a row.
He sure has. Fucking faceless stalkers, man.
Can I still attack? Even though I'm grappled.
Yeah, totally. He has a penalty to his AC. You have a penalty to attack. They cancel out.
Gotcha.
But more importantly, you can't run away.
That's fine. I don't need to run away.
Yo.
I can still bite. So.
Love it.
Yup.
Actually, I'll do my claw attack.
Sure.
Since I've already bitten before.
You totally hit.
Cool.
Yeah, the claw seems to have does a good job passing through his flesh. He will take it all. He seems badly hurt. That was Buddy's turn. Caerrat. You see your companion is embroiled with a creature down there. They seem to be quite entangled. And the creature has like a tendril impaling your friend's shoulder. It seems to be sapping his life energy.
Yeah, it seems bad.
Yes.
We'll get Sezzix standing. There we go. That's a better roll.
Yeah, you heal some folks up. Sezzix, your eyes open. You're on the ground. You have this, like, cold pain in your shoulder. It feels as if, like, you've lost some blood. Tommy.
I will choose to move here.
Yeah.
And he has a negative to his AC, right?
Yes, he has a -2 to his AC because he's grappling.
Okay. Then I'll add 2 to this. And I will power attack.
Yeah, do it. Oh, you totally hit.
Nice.
Get the fuck off, buddy!
Yeah, he is dead. You, like, just slice him down. His body, which was, like, half drunken sailor, like, half ruined building, hits the ground, and it kind of shifts and shimmers, and it turns into kind of like a gray-skinned, hairless blob that's roughly humanoid shaped. It is dead. As it's on the ground, it, like, shifts kind of instinctively a little bit. It, like, looks like pieces of rock for a second, then it looks like a piece of wood. Gray blood begins seeping out from the open wounds. The hand that was grabbed on you like turns into like a piece of wood. It hits the ground. It like turns into some moss. It shifts into like the color of dirt for a bit. It twitches a little bit and then it settles on being just like a neutral gray blob of flesh. Combat is over. The only thing that is not a gray blob of flesh on this creature is the necklace it was wearing, which has been bisected. Like the necklace has been cut from where the scythe went through, but the thing it was hanging, the pendant, is still intact. You can make a knowledge religion check as you see a bejeweled skeletal hand.
I believe in deities. 20.
A 20. This is an obscure deity, but you know of it. You believe that this is the unholy symbol of Mathala, a relatively obscure whore queen of hell, and a demigoddess whose areas of concern include death, fate, and vanity.
A whore queen, say.
Indeed.
Yes, one of Asmodeus's wives.
But yes, with that little what the hell just happened, we will end for the day.
Boys. This is so bad.
He has no gear.
Barzillai's already here.
Uh-oh. I still got that -2 constitution at the moment.
It is drain. You both have a -2 to constitution for quite a while.
That sucks.
I was at a convention many years ago. I was at PAX, the Penny Arcade Expo in Seattle, and they had like areas that different vendors could rent out, and the Pathfinder people rented out like a venue, and we would run half-hour demos of Pathfinder for people. Like, hey, here's a character, learn to play this new role-playing game that came out, yada, 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 right? Whoever's job it was to, like, pick the content we ran, because it all had to be, like, the same, was like, here's what we'll do. We'll, like, pick 5 adventures from this, like, level 1 to 3 adventure path and have them just, like, do a little mock combat. And every time you complete one, you, like, check it off, and if you complete all 5, you get to, like, get entered into a raffle to, like, win a core rulebook or something, right? They picked Rise of the Runelords, and they picked 5 combats out of book 1. 4 of them were out of that, and then 1 of them was just, like, a different combat that they added. So one of those combats was the Bugbear Ranger with favored enemy human and 3 human bane arrows, which literally one-shots half of the pre-generated characters because they're all half-elves, half-orcs, or humans. So, like, that guy would do, like, a D8 plus 2D6 plus, like, 6. So it would just instantly kill someone.
With 3 shots?
Yeah.
I don't remember that guy.
Yeah, because you guys one-shot him.
Oh.
And you were also probably not level 1. Because he's like a level 2 or 3 encounter, right?
Yeah, you guys were level 3. For that
the one that I distinctly remember, though, is... So the five of us were, like, driving from my buddy's house in Seattle to the con, and we, like, had our little adventure packet, because we're all going to be GMing all day. And we're, like, going through, like, okay, like, they're fighting goblins on the beach, yada, yada, yada. And then there was a hut, and it, like, described that there was a tree out. It was like, okay, they approached this location. There's, like, a hut, there's a tree outside, and there's a pit. The pit has a bunch of refuse. It's a 15-foot fall, and at the bottom of the pit, there's a rat swarm. And we're like, oh, a rat swarm's really hard for level 1 characters. That seems pretty toxic. What's this tree? This tree is stripped of all bark, and it's called the Hugging Tree. HUGGIN', where the person who lives in the hut, which is a psychopath, will chain people to it naked and flens their flesh because he's a member of the Skinsaw cult. Who's the guy inside? It's like Father O'Houlihan. He's like a crazy local moonshiner who's actually a faceless stalker, which is what you just fought. But imagine fighting that at level 1. So it was called the Shankshack or the Shankshack. So throughout the day and throughout this con, it was like known that you could go to these Pathfinder demos, and then if you wanted hard mode, you would do the Shankshack, where the goal was to see how many players could survive. Because there's no way you could, like, win. Because the guy has a reach of 10 feet stealth and does, like, he just, like, one-shots you every turn. So he would hit people, knock them unconscious, grab them, and then drag them into the bushes. So, like, there's basically just, like, a shuffling noise. Everyone's, like, freaking out, and then somebody gets, like, fucking whacked, takes con damage, takes, like, 20 damage, and then is drug into the bushes. Andrew was running it, and he would have inside, if, like, the players explored the hut, there'd be, like, a skin suit, like, from Silence of the Lambs, and the guy was, like, collecting skin to try and make a human suit. Sometimes we would have him just be, like, a friendly old moonshiner, and he had, like, a still, and the players could, like, blow up the still to, like, destroy the house and try to kill him, because it was the only way. Because he had, like, 40 hit points in DR5. Like, the creature is absurd for level 1 characters. But yeah, I remember running that, like, dozens of times, and more often than not, the end of the adventure would be, like, me having, like, knocked someone out, drug them in the bush, knocked someone out, drug them in the bush. There's, like, 2 people left, and they'd just be like, fuck this, we're cutting our losses, we're running away. And he would just be like, y'all come back now, you hear? Thanks for coming by! As he's, like, picking his belly button. And, like, sometimes if you wanted to be nice, you'd be like, yeah, they knocked someone out. On the next turn, they don't do anything. You hear some rustling. I'll, like, move into the bushes to try and find him. Yeah, you see your companions, like, unconscious. Their armor's, like, partway taking off. There's this, like, old moonshiner on top of them, like, prospector style. He's got his overalls partway off. And he's got, like, his hand, like, inside his belly button, and the other one's, like, inside your companion's mouth. And he'll be like, I'm not quite ready to do this in public yet. On his turn, he'll just, like, withdraw with the body again. And there's like, what the fuck is this? This does not seem like a good adventure. And we're like, no, this is not. This is the Shankshack. People die here. This is not a good place. You should leave.
You asked for this.
You asked for this. Yeah. And they were supposed to be, like, little half-hour like episodes. So like we would just not pull any punches, just like fucking one-shotting players left and right. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Anyway, Faceless Stalkers, fucking Faceless Stalkers. So you guys got to enjoy Faceless Stalkers at level 5. Imagine fighting it at level 1.
Not enjoyable.
Yep.
See,
But anyway.
that scroll I just spent 1,700 gold to buy. That fixes 1.
Like 1 con?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yep. Anyway,
I'm not using it for that.
you recover this unholy symbol. You likely have more questions than answers. You know, though, that your next adventure will be going down here, clearing this out, maybe figuring out where the fuck this guy came from. Yeah, certainly could be tied to Barzillai, though you are in Cheliax. There are certainly other dangers afoot. And out of game, do you guys remember the one person who said there was, like, all these sinister cults running around town? One of the rumors you got?
I do not.
Wasn't it the tiefling? Or the person that told us about the titty bar?
Here it is. The Church of Asmodeus might be the official religion, but as sure as my father's a bastard, there's more devil cults operating in the shadows of Kintargo. I hear that their leaders walk among us, pretending to be regular folks like you and me.
Oh, it was the kid that we kidnapped / rescued.
Yep. There you go. So, we'll leave on that little bit of a cliffhanger. I might be busy next Saturday, but I'll let you guys know. Are we all good for Saturday?
Yep.
Otherwise?
Yeah.
I'm not sure right now.
Okay. We'll talk about it, and we'll just play the next time we can. That was a sweet session, though. Thanks for coming out. I'm glad we could dive back into it. Took a little bit to kind of get the wheels turning again. But
it felt good.
Mm-hmm. And you survived your encounter at the Shankshack, so...
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
I just kind of instantly went down.
Yeah, I was literally just going to leave with you. I was just going to take you. That was my plan.
I wasn't going to let that happen. I was not going to let that happen.
Oh, man.
I'm just fucking abducting people. Alright, guys. Well, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.